Check. 1, 2.
Moment.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Caught in this moment with you. I can't control it.
Check. 1, 2. Lisa's in the building.
With you.
Lisa Ways, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in. How y'all feeling today?
Baby, I'm broke.
Let's go. Check 1, 2. Ethan is in the building. Baby Slim is in the chat. What's up, Slim? How you feeling today, man? Yeah, welcome in. Welcome to Track Talk. Welcome to the family. If you are wanting to submit your music, go to my profile, go to the website, click on Track Talk live stream. You'll see 2 steps. Follow both of those steps and we'll get you up on the board. Go to my profile, go to the website and click on Track Talk. If you follow those steps, we'll get you where you need to be. Libby's in the building. What's up, Libby? Welcome in. Let's get those likes up to 5K. Let's get the shares to 20. OG back. Appreciate you hopping in. How y'all feeling today? If y'all are looking for a consultation on the structure of the mix, production, sound design, lyric structure, and that is what this live is all about. So if you're looking for value, you're looking for actionable feedback, and you're looking for a really in-depth breakdown of the structure of your mix, production, sound design, lyric structure, things like that, then that's what this live is all about. Once again, if you want to submit, go to my profile, go to the website, and click on Track Talk, and we'll get you in the right place. Vox, appreciate you hopping in. Somnia, how you feeling today? Rich is in the building. Music starts at 5K and 20 shares. Lucid Dreams, what's happening? How are y'all feeling today? It has been a busy day. We're getting a lot of things set up. Just a quick reminder too, Testament Worship's in the building. To head over to all at my link in my bio as well. Head over to Twitch and head over to YouTube as well to check out the stream there, as well as make sure that you're following and subscribing and all that good stuff. We are live on Twitch and live on YouTube right now, so make sure you hop on over there. I'll obviously be messing around with some stuff as we go to make sure that I'm monitoring all of this stuff. Vox, if you want to submit, go to my profile, click on the website, and you'll see a link that says Track Talk. Once you click on that, you'll see 2 steps to submit. Follow both of those steps and we'll get you on the board. The line starts at 10. It's 15 to skip to 10, 20 to skip to 15, so on and so on. Kaysen's in the building. What's up, Kaysen? Appreciate you hopping in. Yeah, I know that's it. Hold on. Let me double check some things real quick. I'll be messing around as we go and listen. What's up? Appreciate you hopping in. I'm going to double check some things as we go, so y'all have to be a little bit more patient with me today as I kind of get some things moving. I appreciate y'all hopping in. Once again, if you want to submit, y'all go to my profile, go to the website, click on Track Talk. You'll see 2 steps there. Follow both of those steps. We'll get you up on the board. And let me double check this real quick. I got too many things happening at the same time.
Can't wait for the day that I ain't worried about the decibels. Look at my account, I'm always worried about the decibels.
We're good.
Fearful of the future, need a future.
Let me know if it cuts out again. Welcome in. Make sure y'all are sharing up the live. Like up the live. We're going to start the music as soon as we hit 5,000 likes and 20 shares. If y'all are looking, what's up, dudes and beats? Appreciate you hopping in. How are y'all feeling today? If y'all are coming in for the first time, welcome to Track Talk. Welcome to the family. I appreciate y'all being here. If you are looking for a 15 to 20 minute multiple listen consultation on the structure of your mix, production, sound design, lyric structure, things like that. Yeah, as long as it's going there, somehow, I guess that's what really matters. As long as I know it's doing what it needs to do. Prez in the building. What's up, President? Appreciate you hopping in. But if you are looking for a consultation, go to my profile, go to the link, and click on Track Talk. You'll see 2 steps. Follow those steps, and we'll get you up on the board. 10 to get on, 15 to skip, 20 to skip to 15, so on and so on. Teddy Tunes in the building. What's up, Clyde? Appreciate you hopping in. For those of you who don't know, my name is Torvik. I am a full-time audio engineer and producer. It's what I do for a living. It's what I've done for the last 12 plus years. If you are looking to get into the details and nuance of your music, this is a great space for it. I'm also a classical trained musician. So if you're looking for tools, you're looking for feedback, you're looking for a place where you can get some actionable breakdowns of the structure of your music and not just a trash or pass, a rating, a poll, or a review, and then that's what this space is all about. Go to my profile, click on the website, and click on Track Talk, and you'll be exactly where you need to be. There's 2 steps to get up on the board. Follow both of those, and we'll get you up there. Is it Yuri? Am I saying that correctly? Thank you so much for hopping in. Gatsby, appreciate it. It's 10 to get on, 15 to skip, 20 to skip to 15, so on and so on. Each of these breakdowns are 15 to 20 minutes long. They're multiple listens. We're diving deep into the structure of your music. So if that is what interests you and that's what would be of value to you, then that's what this live is all about. We're going to get things moving as soon as we hit 5K and 20 shares. Once again, if you want to get up on the board, if you do want your music heard, go to my profile, click on the link, and go to Track Talk. You'll see 2 steps and follow them both, and we'll be up there. Line starts at 10, 15 skips. Seiko's in the building. What's up, Seiko? Appreciate you hopping in. Also, just a quick reminder, I'll say it over the course of the live. We are doing some test runs on Twitch and YouTube right now. We are live on Twitch and YouTube right now. You can find the links to those at my profile as well. We're doing some tests over there, so some things might be inconsistent, but we're trying to just kind of get some things rolling. So make sure that you're following over on Twitch. Make sure that you're subscribed at the YouTube channel. All of those are at my link in the bio as well. Marsky's in the building. What's up, Marsky? Seiko, appreciate you hopping in. How you feeling today? How y'all feeling? Let's get those likes. I hope it doesn't either. Either way, it's good to diversify. And there's also things that I can do on Twitch and YouTube that I can't do on YouTube, or there's a lot of workarounds to do on YouTube. But what I'm going to be able to start doing on, let me turn down myself right now. What I'm going to be able to do on Twitch and YouTube as well is going to be multiple angles, multiple videos and stuff like that. So we're going to have, eventually I'll have a camera over by the drums and the synths. So if we're talking through production details or doing a consultation and we need to talk about something over there, Jake, what's up? Then I'll switch links. We'll head straight over there to the drums or to the synths. You'll be able to see everything that we're doing. I can even throw up the screen from my Pro Tools, so when I'm talking about like, hey, see this frequency and how it's affecting my vocal, here's exactly where it is. That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. So I hope TikTok doesn't go away, because I love this community. I love this platform for so many different reasons, but I also want to elevate what we're doing and give y'all even more value than we already do. So make sure y'all are following, because we can't get subs yet. But definitely, what's up, Tori G? Appreciate you hopping in. Make sure that you are following on Twitch. It's linked over there. And then also make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel as well. And we'll get you sorted in the right place. And we'll be going live. Every time they go live on here, we'll be going live over there as well. So definitely make sure that you're tapped in. Once again, if y'all do want to submit music over here, if you are looking for a detailed consultation on the structure of your mix, production, sound design, stuff like that, then go to my profile, go to the website, click on Track Talk, follow both of those steps, and we'll get you up there. Dave Smith's in the building. What's up, Dave Smith? How y'all feeling today? Keep showing up the live, keep liking up the live, and we're gonna keep things flowing. Here. Let me get some things working out here too. I'm gonna double check some things as we go. Casey, got you, man. Got you. Let me know when you see you got a triple. Perfect. That's all the name. 3 in the 10, and I'll just remind you too, Case, and just in case, as you know, the board gets modular over time too. Hopefully we just dive in. But in the case that you want to go faster too, in the case that people do skip, that's 30 for you, so you can do whatever you want with that. So if someone skips, you want 2 in the 15 or 1 in the 30 as things go, you can always use that 310 however you want to do it, man. It's completely up to you. Just so you know. Absolutely. 11-18 dub. 1118 dub. How you feeling today? Appreciate you hopping in. Yeah, if y'all want to submit, we haven't even started with the music yet. If you want to submit, go to my profile, go to my website, click on Track Talk, and you can get yourself up on the board. There's 2 steps. Just follow them both. If you follow them both, I'll get you up there. It's 10 on the board, 15 to skip to 10, 20 to skip to 15, so on and so on. Caddy's in the building. What's up, Caddy? I'll keep reminding this over the course of the live, but we are also live. I gotta keep reminding. I'm also live on Twitch and YouTube right now, so make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and make sure that you are following the Twitch channel as well, as we're going to be live there probably nearly every day. Snow's in the building. Ever Snow, how are you feeling today? Welcome in. I'm going to be loosely monitoring some different things as we go throughout the course of the live, so y'all be patient with me as I'm kind of setting up some new stuff here, but definitely make sure that you are following over there and make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel as well. Once all the info's on the website, exactly right there, you can go to my link tree and you'll see everything right there that you need to know. For those of you who are coming in for the first time, welcome to Track Talk. Welcome to the family. My name is Torvik. Let's go, Snow. Let's go. I'm excited. My name is Torvik. I'm a full-time audio engineer, full-time producer. It's what I do for a living. It's what I've done for 12 plus years. I'm also a classically trained musician. So if you are looking for nuance, you are looking for value, you are looking for a really in-depth, actionable set of feedback on the structure of your music, that's what this live is all about. I'm not here to review you. I'm not here to trash you. I'm not here to roast you. I'm not here to give you a pull in a trash or pass or anything like that. This is strictly about bringing value and just offering a professional second set of ears on the structure of your music. So if you are looking for some tools, this is a great place to do it, all from a place of love and respect, and a genuine love for music. Genuinely love music. So if you're looking for some tools, it's a great space to be. Make sure y'all are sharing out the live, liking up the live, and we're gonna get things flowing here in just a bit as soon as we hit 5K and 20 shares. But once again, if you do want to submit your music, go to my profile, click on the link, you'll see Track Talk, and then follow both of the steps, and we'll get you in the right place. Let's go. Let me just see. I'm just looking over here to see what I see. I just need to see what I see. Okay, cool. All right, we're doing okay. I'm gonna be flipping around here a little bit, so y'all bear with me. But let me double check a couple things here. How y'all feeling today, man? It's good to see the family in here. How y'all feeling on this beautiful Monday afternoon or night? I don't even know what time. I've been working all day on so many different things. So I'm like, I don't know. It's like, how are you doing on this Tuesday morning? I don't know what it is right now. It's 7:30 at night. How y'all doing at whatever time it is right now? I know. I'm like, hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you feeling today? My brain is just completely scrambled. I don't know time. I don't know direction. It's fine. I'm in this dungeon over here where I don't see the light of day. Oh my goodness. It's fun though. Harry's in the building. How you feeling, Harry? Welcome in. Let me see this too. You can moving and grooving. I gotta clean my house. That ain't fun. That definitely takes some convincing. That definitely takes some convincing for me. It is, man. I've been so tired. Libby and I both have been working overtime. I mean, what feels like, essentially like 15, 16-hour days working on stuff. So like the cleaning is not always the most easy thing to come by. Snow, I got you. Appreciate you so much. I appreciate you. We got Snow up on the board, ready to go. We got Kaysen with the triple and the 10. If you want to submit, what's up, Jake Pierce? Appreciate you hopping back in, man. Yeah, it's crazy over here, Caddy. We're doing a lot. It's all good stuff. I'll say this. It's all good stuff. But it's just a lot. We are grinding like crazy. Y'all are going to see a lot of things changing here over the next couple weeks, honestly. Over the next couple weeks, a lot of things are going to be shifting about these live streams, about the community, about the value that we're bringing, of the services that we have. It's going to definitely be worth it. But y'all can definitely be looking forward to some really cool things happening in the near future. Really, what headphones? DAC, or do you mean DAW? That's tough. Caddy, if you don't mind me asking, what region are you in? Because I know that affects a lot of people differently, even just dependent on the area that you're in too. I would love to. Is it? I don't know if I can really read the name, but I would absolutely love to. Yeah, if y'all want to submit, go to my profile. Go to my hold on one second. Go to my profile. Go to the website. Click on Track Talk live stream, and then you'll see 2 steps there. Follow both of those steps, and we'll get you up in the right spot. All right, let me update a couple things here, and then I'll answer your questions in a second. Okay, give me a second, y'all. Alright, 1 second, y'all. Mark Wavy is in the building. Hey, what's up, Jackson? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you hopping in. Oh, so you're just talking about like an audio card, right? Like an interface or an audio card or conversion and stuff like that. Is that what you're talking about? I just use the card that comes in my the amp that comes in my interface. It's it's a very nice interface, but it's that's all that I use. It's all I would really necessarily recommend, unless you've got like audiophile headphones and you want a separate amp with separate converters and stuff like that. If that's kind of what you're talking about. Like if you're just talking about conversion and stuff like that. Hey, Caddy, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. That's honestly, that's what music is for me a lot of times too. It's not just like, let's get famous off music. It's just like an outlet for me. You know what I mean? It 100% is just an outlet for me. Yeah, but if you're just talking about like a digital audio conversion and stuff like that, the only thing that I've ever used is what comes in my interface. So I have an Arturia Audio Fuse. Arturia Audio Fuse interface. Love it. In my opinion, it's massively underpriced. Crystal clean conversion. Brilliant. I mean, the quality is amazing. Even just the quality of like the interface itself, the screen, the audio routing software that it has, it's the best, dude. As far as headphones, so much of that depends on budget. I've spent $80 on headphones before, and I've spent $1,500 on headphones before. So a lot of that depends on budget and what you're trying to do. For most people, I would recommend like the Audio-Technica M50Xs. They're about $150, $160, something like that. You probably find an open box for $120, $130. If you're doing a lot of production and tracking, I would recommend with that. I have a whole bunch of, I have them, they're on my couch over here, but I have some Beyerdynamic DT770 Pros. I use those for, I don't know, almost a decade probably that I've had those. I just replace the cups and clean them up every once in a while. Those are really good. The thing I don't like about them, what's going on here? The thing I don't like about the DT770s is they're very harsh and brittle at the top end. Now let me also say this, that can be good for some people. If you find yourself creating really brittle, harsh mixes, it's like impossible to do that with the DT770s because it's going to sound horrible to you. It helps you kind of warm up and balance your tracks, but they're not flat. You know what I mean? They're just not very well balanced in that way. But they are good headphones. I've had DT770s forever. K240Ss are fantastic. The AKGs, those are the K240s are awesome. Actually, the K240s were the first pair of headphones that I ever bought for myself. I've had a whole bunch of them. I bought these probably a decade ago too. These are HD 280 Pros from Sennheiser. I have obviously the DT770s that I was just talking about. I obviously have the Focal Clear MGs that I have as well. These are like my main mixing headphones and reference headphones. One of the stars is starting to rattle. Double check, Kason, double check this too. Make sure that the drivers are clean. Make sure, just as an example, when I first got these, it's interesting because things will happen and people will get rid of their headphones too fast. For one, see if it's not too, now if they're $60 headphones or $80 headphones and it's $25 to replace the cups, you might want to upgrade your pair and stuff like that. But when it comes to if the driver's rattling, first, before you get rid of them and you throw them out, see if you can replace the cups. That's going to be $20 on Amazon for some aftermarkets. That's what I did these. I got these for like $140 when they were $120 when they were new. Now they're like $80 on Amazon or something like that. Super outdated. Okay, then it's probably time to upgrade regardless. Honestly, if you're doing a lot of production and vocal tracking, go with M50Xs from Audio-Technica. They're really nice. That's probably, I would either go with the DT770 Pros, which I've used for forever, or I would go with the M50Xs. Both of them are about $150. Both of them are going to do a really good job. I've mixed more records. I mean, these are newer and these are crazy expensive, right? Like new, these are like $1,500. So it's not something I would like recommend people get unless you are making a full-time income mixing people's music or producing and referencing music. Otherwise, it's a complete, unless you just got money to blow and you're an audiophile and you want crazy headphones, get them. They're great. But unless you're making money with your headphones, it's not. It's like buying a race car if you don't race. Like, don't buy a race car unless you got money to blow or you're actually going to race. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same thing. Anyways, but the M50Xs are fantastic. You're going to love them. Like 300 max, 100%. Okay, then I would go, if you want to push it a little bit, you could go into the 1990 territory, but honestly, I'd spend like $150. There's the if you want to close back, if you're tracking and you're producing a little bit more, like if you're ever tracking vocals and stuff like that, you want closed back so you don't get bleed. These are open back so they bleed, which is why I have other headphones that I do just for tracking. Like when I track drums, I switch to the Beyerdynamics, or if I'm like tracking vocals, I wear the Beyerdynamics. When I mix and I reference, I put these on, so I switch back and forth. And then I also have monitors. I have like some Focal monitors in the room that I reference and mix on as well. But I would recommend the DT770s. They're great. They'll do a good job for you for a really, really long time. Those are kind of staples in studios. The M50X are also going to be staples in studios. Either one of those headphones I think will treat you really well. I've had both of them, and I feel like I like the M50Xs better than the DT770s, but I've mixed a massive amount of records on DT770s alone. They did a great job, and you have to adapt to them. That'd be what I would say is like learn to adapt to them as well, because they're going to be different, right? Like going from any pair of, like when I went from the DT770s to these, everything sounded bad in some ways. I was like, dude, what is going on? I don't even know what I'm hearing anymore. You have to kind of adapt to a different sound stage, different openness, different frequency response and stuff like that. So whatever you get, sit with them for a minute and mix with them a lot so you can kind of adapt to it. But if you got 300 max and you want close back, then I would look at, either some higher end Sennheisers or go with the M50s or the DT770s. Get yourself some monitors. You can do it, man. I mean, I'll say this too. If you don't have an environment where monitors are really going to help you, mix with great headphones, right? You can easily spend $600 plus on a halfway decent pair of monitors. But if you don't even have like a space where the monitors are going to be an accurate reflection of what you're trying to hear, that'd be something I would keep in mind. Or if you can only, just as a loose example, if you can only afford one that has a smaller sub and stuff like that, like a smaller end, like a 5-inch KRK or HS5s or something like that, then you either need to get a sub for them in order to actually hear that bass balance, or you're missing information and it's not really a benefit to have them, right? Like I had HS5, I've had a bunch of different monitors. I've had KRKs, I've had HS5s, I've had MSP7s from Yamaha, I have some Vocals now. And it's like when I had the HS5s, I literally never used them because they weren't even like an accurate representation of what I was hearing. I just mixed in headphones all the time, and that's also a benefit of like being in like apartments and stuff like that. But I just see a lot of people I just know, and I'm not saying this is you, I'm just saying this very, very loosely, that people will just kind of get all these I got my headphones on TV in my car. Dude, I get it, man. I get it. Playboy Coda, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in. You got to reference. I try to reference on as many things as possible. But yeah, I just know a lot of people start getting all of the stuff because they feel like they need to get it, right? Even just like upgrading your mic, and like they just kind of get it because like, well, dude, I have a little studio space. I need speakers, right? But if it's not going to benefit your mix and it's actually not going to benefit your production to have speakers, don't get speakers. Get great headphones. A phenomenal pair of headphones is far cheaper than a phenomenal pair of speakers. So, anyways, that's just my advice. I think a lot of people dive in before they need to dive in. But if you can't reference properly, that's why I got these, because I was mixing in apartments. I was doing most of my like mixes and everything. All of my productions, all my referencing was remote. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to get a great pair of monitors. So I got a really, really good pair of headphones. That way I could mix as clean and as well balanced as possible and as openly as possible without needing to get great monitors. This is far more enticing to me than getting something different. Yasmin, appreciate you hopping in. Y'all keep sharing out the live. We just started here in a second. Looks like we're already ready to go. Man, y'all are going crazy. Keep liking up the live. Keep sharing out the live. D-Ty, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in. Chamberlain, appreciate you hopping in. Facts. 100%, Marquavius. I've been there across the board, so I understand how it is, man. I understand how it is. All right, y'all. Let's get the music started. I'll do a spiel before we get into it. M80 is great. M80 is fantastic. M80 is one that I have more experience with. The M80 is fantastic. It's a hypercardioid microphone. Absolutely fantastic. Let me update a couple things here real quick, y'all. Once again, if you want to submit your music, if you are looking for, what's up, Helios? If you are looking for a consultation on your mix, your production, your sound design, your lyric structure, whatever it may be, if you're looking for some tools, you're looking for actionable feedback, then this is a great space to be. If you are looking for some tools, go to my profile, go to the link, click on Track Talk. You'll see 2 steps. Follow those steps and we'll get you up there. It's 10 on, 15 to skip, 30 will put you next, so on and so on. Give me a sec. All right. Okay, give me a minute. Let me just get this switched here. And also just a quick reminder, once again, if you are submitting, go to my profile and website, like I said, get yourself up on the board. If you're looking for a breakdown, just a quick reminder as well that we are also live on Twitch and YouTube, so make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channels. Everything is linked above. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and also make sure that you are following on Twitch. We will be live on Twitch and YouTube every single day, as well as what we do here on TikTok. So definitely make sure that you're over there. I'm going to be working some things out as we go throughout the course of the live, but we're going to be doing some really, really cool things over on Twitch and YouTube. So definitely make sure that you're following over there. There will be some unique aspects of that stream that you won't get over here on TikTok, and some exclusive stuff that we'll do only on those platforms. So definitely make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure you are following following on Twitch, make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel as well. Both YouTube channels that you'll see linked above. All that is at my link. Let's get going with the music. Got you. And let's go Kaysen. Kaysen's going crazy, so let me see where it got you. So that would be... Let me see what we got. So you've got 70 total. You got 70. Yeah. I want to make sure. Do you want one of those to skip? Because you'll probably be in a couple different spots. No, you're totally good. You're totally good. You got 70 total. So I can split that up or whatever. Let me know if you're wanting to go right now. If you want like one of them to go right now, and then we can put some other a little bit farther back. Just as an example, we could go 2 in the 20 and 1 in the 30. So we'll play one of yours. Move to snow. You have 2 right here. That work for you? I just want to make sure. Obviously, wherever you want to go is good for you. Or you could skip 2 to the 30 and have 1 still in the 10. Whatever works for you. Okay, cool. Let's do a 30 and 2 20s. That's probably the easiest way to split up. So let's go. Kaysen, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your generosity, man. So we got Kaysen, and then you still have 2 in the 20. So you got 1 in the 30, and then you got 2 in the 20. If my math is mathing, which it should be. It should be. All right, let's get into it, y'all. It's time for some music, so we're going to go ahead and run Kaysen. We're going to snap. We're going to have another back-to-back from Kaysen right there. Once again, if you want to submit, of course, Kaysen, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. If you are wanting to submit your music, go to my profile, go to the website, click on Track Talk, and then we'll move it from there. All right, so we got a triple. Either one first. I'll just do the first one that's on my list right here. That's some weird slow thingy with the siren. That's the name of the file. Give me some context. Give me some details. So you got a triple for you if you allow it. Of course, man. Tetra has been changed. I remember that one. The jam has been adjusted and a new unfinished concept. Perfect, man. So this is I got the 80s jam there and then Tetra. Some weird slow thingy. This one's probably a new one for me, right? I don't think I've heard this one. Let's get into it, man. Big shout out to Kaysen. Let's go. And remind people some of the background on your production and stuff like that. I know more details, but I want everyone to know. Yeah. What's up, Jenna? Ooh. Hey. Sure. Hey. I love it. That little melody's killer. Love it. Woo. Topic, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in. Yeah. I like it. That melody's perfect. That high melody's beautiful. I love it. Keep that where it's at. Like, I can definitely see the vision. I could hear an artist get on this. It's very open. Let's go, man. Let's go. Yo, give it up on time. Maybe we're saying the same thing. Let me see if it's on. Let me see what's going on real quick. Let me double check that real quick. I want to make sure that I'm getting it there. What's up, Steelo? I'll go to my profile, go to the website, and then click on Track Talk, and we'll get you up there. And Libby, is it the same for you? Is there no yeah. Let me I can figure some of that out later. Like I said, we're this is our first test run of some of that stuff, so we're gonna Yeah, let me play it real quick. No. That's a good derailment because this is a test for Twitch and YouTube. Let me know if you hear it, and then we're gonna go straight through. We're gonna go straight through these, and then we're gonna dive in. Yeah, thank you for the help. Just wait, so you can hear my voice. Does it sound like my voice is coming through the mic? Check, check, check. Oh, you're right. So there's the Mac capture. Oh, I see what's going on. Give me a sec. I see what's going on. Give me a sec. Let me know if you can hear. I see what's going on. So you can hear my vocal. That should be coming in through the audio capture. Yeah, 100% Miracle. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you hopping in. Okay, you can hear my voice like the mic, right? And then let me play Spotify. I'm just checking everything in OBS. Yeah, that's coming in. So it's just these files from the web. So give me a second. I know exactly what I need to do. That's what's fun about this. So okay, I've got Mac capture, and then we're gonna go here, and then let's do. Give me a sec. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, yeah, I'm figuring it all on the fly. I've spent 2 years getting the hang of TikTok, but now I just need to make sure that I have capture from the web. So give me 1 sec. Just gonna have a bunch of these. I'm gonna tap my profile. It's at my profile. So there's desktop. We're gonna go application, and then we're gonna go Brave browser, baby. There she is. You should hear it. OBS Studio. All right, should be there. Should get it. I see the levels coming in, so it should be there. Boom. All right, we're ready. Let's run it. Perfect. We got this. Yeah, we're doing some shit, y'all. I'm excited. Mikey, yeah, if y'all want to submit, we're going to get into it here in a second. If you want to submit, go to my profile, go to the website. We got it moving, ready to go. I just got to make sure I add all of these different applications for the audio there. Go to my profile, go to the website, and click on Track Talk. You'll see 2 steps there. Just follow those steps, and we'll get you up on the board. It's 10 to get on, 15 to skip, 20 to skip the 15, so on and so on. These are 15 to 20-minute consultations, so we're going to dive deep. There are multiple listens through the song structure. We're diving deep into your music structure. We're getting really, really in-depth in the analysis of your mix, production, sound design, lyric structure, stuff like that. So if you are interested in a long-form consultation, definitely get yourself up there. You can read all of the details at that same link that says Track Talk at my bio. So definitely check those out. If for whatever reason, sometimes TikTok is weird. If for whatever reason it is not showing up for you on TikTok, go to my Instagram, which is also linked above. Go to my Instagram, and you'll see the same link over there. You can submit from there. All right, let's get into it. So this one was head skip casing. So we're going to dive straight back into this one, and then we'll do your back-to-back right next to each other after this track. Let's get into it, man. Show some love to casing, man. This is some real slow thing with the sound. I really like the aesthetic of this. All it really feels like it needs is a little bit of glue. And then I would also have one element that sits a little bit lower, like the low mids to kind of warm up the progression of the track. But the whole aesthetic of this I really like, man. It's got a really cool feel to it. Progression is smooth. I like it. Cool bass line. Like, it would be cool here. There are some like Rhodes textures and stuff here. I'm gonna listen for this progression here, and then I'm gonna go Specifically, one part of this that tickles the tism and pride. Dude, I love it. Honestly, I'm genuinely enjoying the structure of this and the whole progression and everything, man. It sounds great. Yeah, so you basically have this. I love this progression. It's nice with the Rhodes too. But it would be nice to bring in an element that does sit a little bit more in those mid-lows. I think a piano would be great. An easy, simple piano, nothing too muddy. I don't want a lot of movement, but like a simple piano. I'll play that too just so you can hear how it sounds. Or a Rhodes or something like that. That just warms up the low end. Otherwise, the whole track, it doesn't quite settle in the low end. There's some other bass and stuff like that. No piano ones. Yeah, there should be. I see it coming through. This is not coming through? What's going on? What's going on Twitch? What? Check. It's going through the same... Hold on. It's going through the same input though. We're gonna figure all this out. That's part of what this live is, and I promise I'm gonna get through all y'all's music. But let me see. Da, 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 da. Here's what. This is fun. Okay. Check. Should hear it now. I see the audio coming through, so it should be going through. I just switched the audio source. Boom, good? Okay. Goodness gracious. All right, we're back. Kason, you good? Perfect. All right, let me back this up a little bit here. Maybe let skip me in between. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So we'll finish up this one, Kason, and then we have Snow, and then we got 2 from you. So yeah, if other people are in there, we'll hold it, and then we'll go back into yours because you have one ahead of you have like one in between you right now, and then your last 2. So you have a little bit of a pocket of time there right here in a second. All right, let's close this one up. So at 30 seconds. So here's what I'm hearing at 30 seconds. Bring in some of that warmth here. That's kind of what I'm looking for right here. Little bit of like warmth right there of just having like one other element, whether it's something like a Rhodes or something even that something that sits a little bit lower. That little bit of like warmth and saturation that helps just kind of fill out the low mids of this mix to me definitely warms it up a little. I would just do something simple. You don't need a lot of movement because you already have that beautiful melody over the top end. So you don't need busyness. You don't need to fill out a whole lot. If you could just keep it simple but warm up the mid lows of this track, you're going to be in a great space, man. Because all of the sound design that I hear so far, I really, really like. I'm enjoying this a lot. Just because the actual bass line that you have is higher. That the little bass line that you have sits a little bit higher. So you hear it, but you don't necessarily feel the energy from the low end. So I think if you can position that a little bit lower, you'll be in a better spot. Luna Ray, what's up? And then I wouldn't even mind like emptying it out here a little bit, like giving that like kind of hook to the song, maybe dropping the bass down the octave there to fill it out a little bit, adding in whether it's like a piano or the Rhodes. Kind of like fill out that texture right there, maybe bring the bass an octave lower, and then bring it back to this pocket right here. Because this pocket right here I really, really like. I like that it goes back to, I think it's just a C minor. Yeah, it goes back to the C minor. If you can keep it on the C minor right there and just flow on that C minor exactly how you have it right there, then I think you can go back to that progression with the lower bass and it'll feel a lot cleaner. There's like more structure to it. Because I really like this pocket right here. Killer. I really like the movement on those, like that, like open hat that you have in there. That all that movement right there. Nice little easy auto pan as well. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Feel right here. So this kind of becomes your hook to me, right? Raw, appreciate you hopping in. This kind of becomes the hook to me. So there's a lot of great texture holding on the C minor, just having all the openness in the space right there. I can only imagine. Yeah, there's a lot of great movement. You have some good automation movement that's happening as well. Like even just like the auto pans and things like that. Like this has a great structure to it already. I'm genuinely enjoying a lot. I would just, create a little bit more like dynamic range by dropping the bass when you go to this like hook of the song right here or of the production here. That way you get some meat, you get some energy, you get a little bit of life in the mix, and then you can always ring that in and pull it back a little bit as necessary. What's up, Toby? You can kind of bring it back in. I was back in this same loop. Good to see you, Toby. Right here. Bring it back in. You can bring it back into that same pocket, right? That way you get that little bit of dynamic range. The song feels like it gets a little bit more open because when you bring in the high melodies, it does feel brighter. It does feel more open. Luna, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. When you bring in off the progression let me see, off this G sharp. When you bring in that high melody over the top, the song already opens up at the top and you bring kind of a shimmery saw over the top end as well. You add in that melody, which I think is beautiful. I would lock that in. It sounds absolutely fantastic. Keep that melody over the top and follow it down with the piano. I think that sounds gorgeous. Keep all that exactly how it is. So it does open up this way on the hook, but it doesn't really open up the bottom end as much on the hook. So really the biggest thing that I would do when you start getting into mixing this down and structuring it a little bit more, because I already like the sound design a whole lot. It sounds fantastic, dude. I would just drop a bass a lower octave than you already have it there, so you get a little bit more warmth and a little bit more energy, and then add in one warming chord element like a Rhodes or a piano or something, or some kind of a pad that fills in those low mids a little bit more, because everything else that I'm hearing, man, is fantastic. Really cool sound design. It's interesting. It's got a good movement to it. Everything works together well. I feel like it just needs that little bit of extra energy to like distinguish your what we'll call a hook in this structure from like what we'll call the verse and stuff like that. I'll play with a new toy, 90s Relic Fender Strat. Let's go, Toby. Let's go. Congrats, man. That's a beautiful gift, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful gift. Like, just let me give one last quick example and then we'll move to snow. One last quick example and then we'll move to snow. Just like in this here, let me switch out those Rhodes and I'll kind of show you exactly what I'm talking about, just so I can kind of hear it for myself more so. Let's go. Honestly, let me do this. I'll go MS-20 because I really like the Korg MS-20. I have a version of it in the studio here. Let me see. So we're going to do like a rolling bass. I'm going to turn it down a bit. It's just going to here. Kind of what that little bit of energy there underneath the structure of what you have. So let's get back to it and then we'll back it up. Let me see when it goes into it. So 132, it goes back into it. Is this little bit of texture here. This little bit of texture here. subtle. That glues the whole thing together. Take it out. You heard how it loses that impact. That little bit of, oh, come on. Come on. That little bit of texture right there, to me, fills out all that low end energy. If you keep that right where it's at, what's up, Romy Rome? Appreciate you hopping in. You keep that in the hook, add a Rhodes over the top of it or something like that, or even if you leave the Rhodes and piano out of it and just give it that bass texture, this kind of what's called a rolling bass. That little bit of energy right there, that transforms the way the hook sounds, and then you take it out when you go back to the verses. So you get that dynamic range, you get that give and take when it comes to your production structure. That's what I'm looking for, man, because otherwise this sounds gorgeous, man. That bit of dynamic range, that extra texture in the production is going to make this feel completely different while all of your sound design is still locked in. I really like your sound design, man. This is killer. Let me get back to a piano. Let's go. Yo, give it up one time. Give it up one time for Kaysen. We're going to hear some more from Kaysen here in just a bit. So y'all give it up one time for the family, man. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, if y'all do want to submit your music, go to my profile. You'll see a link right there. Click on the link and click on Track Talk. You'll see 2 steps to submit there. Make sure that you follow both of those steps if you want to get heard. Follow the first step, which is send in the credit to get you where you want to go on the board, and then email whatever file, link, whatever you have to get your music heard. It's 10 to get on the board. It's 15 to skip, 20 to skip to 15, so on and so on. As of this current moment, 30 will put you next. 30 will put you next. We got a back-to-back from Kaysen in the 20. We got Snow in the 25. 30 will put you next. So if you do want to submit, go to my profile, go to the link, click on Track Talk, and get yourself up there. For those of you who have never been here before, welcome to Track Talk. Welcome to the family. These are 15 to 20-minute consultations on the structure of your music. These are long-form, multiple listen. We're here to get into the details and the nuance of your music, get a professional second set of ears on what you're doing creatively. That's what this live is all about. So if you are looking for tools, you're looking for nuance, you're looking for a really in-depth breakdown on the structure of your music, definitely get yourself up on the board. For those of you who don't know, my name is Torvik. I'm a full-time audio engineer and producer. It's what I do for a living. I've done that for 12 plus years. I'm also a classically trained musician. So if you do want to get into nuance, you do want to get into the details, then this is what this live is all about. This is not a review. There's no trash or pass ratings or polls. This is not about me trashing you to stroke my own ego. This is all about getting into the details and the nuance of your music. If that's something that interests you, then definitely get yourself up on the board. All right, we got Ever Snow in the building. Ever Snow is in the building. Let's run it. Give me the details. I believe you said this is a new one. Let me pull it up here. I'm actually not seeing an email right now. Let me see if it went to spam for some reason, which is weird because I always get the email from Snow. You submitted many times. Let me see. No. Tio, what's up? Yeah, send it over real quick and we got you.
And my wings are fly lit on. If I don't, I'll die lit on. Can't do the things that you do. Like run away from all your problems. Find your peace in empty bottles. I don't get the things that you do. No, like stay strong when you should be broken. Hold back, don't show your emotion.
Got you. Was it destiny? Was it destiny? All right, let's get it, y'all. And if any of y'all are interested in services at all, so what y'all see here in the structure of this live are these. You're totally good, Helios. You're totally good, man. You know how that goes better than most people, having run some of your own lives. Babakins is the producer again. Helios mixing, checking technical parts of the mix he did. Perfect. But for those of you who do know, you've been here a little bit while, you understand kind of the structure of this live here. These are kind of 20-minute consultations on the structure of your music. We offer longer form. We're talking hour to 2 hour long form consultations as well. If you're interested in any services that we offer, you can find those at the link in my bio as well. If you're interested in production, session work, there's a whole myriad of different things that we offer. Vocal editing, and then of course consultation and consultation packages. You can reach us there as well. So if you are interested, you can see some of the details in our pricing sheet there at our profile and website as well. And of course, that's where you'll also submit for the live to get like a smaller taste of some of the stuff. So y'all get a taste of 15 to 20 minutes of what we can dive in to help you build the structure of your music, or you can see what it would look like long form, an hour to 2 hours to really dig into the details of your music and not be capped by the limitations of a live structure like this. And even just the limitations of communication with a chat and stuff like that. But you can, we're offering some discounts in December only, so definitely make sure that you tap in. Let's go Snow! With the star map. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Snow, thank you so much, dude. That is so killer. That is so killer. But yeah, feel free to reach out, ask about any details, and you can see some of just the services that we offer there as well. All right, let's get into it, man. Shout out to Snow. Shout out to Snow with the star map. That looks so cool. It looks like a movie. I feel like all of a sudden the live is like the start of like a Disney movie or something like that. It's beautiful. It's so like, it's so dramatic. I love it. All right, this is another structureless beat by Babakins, vocals by Snow, and mix and master by Helios, version number 3. I know, I love it. I think the first time I saw it was the other day. I was like, dude, this looks like all the time I feel like I'm in movies. I love it. It makes me very, very happy. All right. Mix and master by me. All right, let's get into it. This is what am I doing? This is Was It Destiny. Also, just a quick reminder, make sure you're following on Twitch. Make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. We're live there right now. You can go tap in over there. We're going to slowly start growing those communities as well as doing exclusive stuff only available over on those platforms as well. So definitely make sure that you are tapped in with our Twitch and YouTube communities as well. We're going to start kicking that off pretty quick here. We're live there right now, so you can check out. It's just a different camera angle at this point, but eventually there will be a whole lot of other things that are only happening over there on those platforms. And so like I mentioned earlier too, even just as simple as multiple angles in here, to where if we're talking about synthesis and drum work and stuff like that, we're talking about tracking and mixing, we can actually show my screen. And what I would when we talk about like, hey, this is the thing I would do in your vocal when it comes to compression, here's what's happening. Here's literally my screen right here, and I can show you exactly what frequency we're talking about and how it affects your vocal. Stuff like that. When I drop your 2-track into Pro Tools and I say, hey, here's what's happening on your master you need to address, and here's the A and B of it, you can literally see what's going on instead of having to be just like, okay, he said he had a Pultec on there, I added it, and it still sounds like shit. There's a whole lot of other elements that come into play there. So if you want that kind of stuff, that's only going to happen on Twitch and YouTube. So make sure you're tapped in. All right, this is Was It Destiny? I always love in a good way, like the drama of these song structures, the way they sound, the name of them. It's so intense. I love it. This is Was It Destiny by Ever Snow. Production by Babakins and the mix by Helios here. Let's get into it. I don't recognize this name as much. It's at least new to me, right? 100%. Thank you, Caddy. Yeah, let's go. Perfect. I appreciate the love, y'all. Thank y'all so much. What's up, Ampin? What's up, Mandy? Helios, do you have track outs for this? Or is it a 2-track? Perfect. That's what's nice about working with the producer more closely. That's nice. Sunco Music, what's up, man? Good to see you. Let's go. Late night vibes, Senna. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you hopping in. Especially coming into that song. It's like, so this is like spark up, late night drive. You know, this is like so like laid back and ethereal, as Snow's vocals always are. But just structurally, it's like already so chill. It's super late night vibes. Yo, show some love. That was Ever Snow on the vocals, Babakins on the production, and Helios on the mix. We got the whole family on the track, man. Let's run it back from the top and let's dig into it. Once again, if you want to submit your music, go to my profile, go to the link, click on Track Talk, and get yourself up there. It's 10 on, 15 to skip, 20 to skip, the 15, 25 to go after Snow. Let's get into it. Brandon Ortega, appreciate you hopping in. Y'all keep sharing and liking up the live. I would love to do a giveaway at, we usually start the giveaways at 25K. 25K likes and at least 100 shares. We'll get the giveaways going. Daddy Simp Shakers in the building. How you feeling today? Appreciate you hopping in. Let's run it. Let's run it. Let's run it back. And then again, just a quick reminder, we'll keep talking about it over the course of the live. And make sure you're over on Twitch. Make sure you're on YouTube as well. We're live there right now. Tap in at the very least. Make sure you're subscribed and followed over there. That way you can be a part of our exclusive lives and some of the other content that we're going to be doing over there. Let's get into it. Hey, thank you for the shares. Appreciate you. Salt Shaker in the building. Okay, talk to me real quick, Helios, on the percussion tracks. Is it a single track of all your production, like a typical stem, or do you have individual? Like there's a clap snare in there, there's a cross stick that's one of the perks in there. There's like 3 or 4 kind of percussion based drum tracks in there. Are they all on one track, or do you have a stem for each of those? That way I know what kind of control you have over some of those details. Internal Waves, appreciate you hopping in. Appreciate you being here for all of the drums. Perfect. Okay, so the clap that's in there, I would probably come forward on that, like 2 dB, 2 to 2.5 dB, something like that. Give yourself a little bit more, because that is your like 2/4 clap right now. The cross sticks and some of the other perks, I like where they sit. They're a little bit more subtle. They add just like a texture and a filler to it. But your main 2/4 is on that clap. So I'd probably push that clap forward by, let's say like 2 dB, a dB and a half, 2 dB, something like that in the range. Give it a little bit more of a push, since that is part of that, of course, with like the kick and the low bass is kind of what drives the majority of the song. So I do think it's important to make sure that has some energy behind it. That'd be one quick, very, very easy way for you to push the energy in the song a little bit more. Because I like the cross it. I love the energy right there, but I want to make sure like the main structure, like that 2/4, has plenty of energy behind it. Sage, appreciate you hopping in. Hey, thank you for the share, Sim. Appreciate it. The rest of the production structure I really like. So I like where the guitars are pushed a little bit wide. They're open on the right a little bit more. Most of the rest of the production, Helios, I'm really liking where that's sitting. I would love for Snow's vocal to be probably another couple dB forward as well. Obviously, you can dig into your compression settings to tighten it up and push it forward if you want to. But even just from a perceived loudness standpoint, whether or not you tighten it with compression or you just raise that fader up a little bit and automate it however you need to, I would definitely love to hear her vocals a little bit more forward in this mix, because the structure of the production is really, really nice, and I don't mind it. Again, I appreciate what Snow does too, because Snow will let me know, and this is one thing I appreciate about what y'all do, is you'll let me know what the song is, right? Like you'll let me know, here's a song that I'm working on. This is a record. I want it to be a record. How do I need to structure the vocals? And then you'll tell me a different time, like, hey, this is structureless. This is poetic. This is melodic spoken word, if you will, right? This is a different kind of a structure. So I kind of know how to position my ear for the track. I appreciate that. And I would encourage y'all to do that. If there's a kind of a unique structure to your song, that, hey, this is a freestyle, look at it from that perspective. Let me know. You know what I mean? Because that does help me kind of align my ear with kind of what your vision for the song. Otherwise, I'll just say a whole bunch of stuff that's not your vision for the song, right? If all of a sudden I'm like, hey, none of these vocals are structured, there's no clean melody, repetition, whatever it may be, we'll just sit here for 10 minutes talking about that when you're like, well, that's not what I want. And then again, the consumer will let you know. The consumer will let you know if that's something that they like or not, right? You can figure that out over the time of just writing a lot of music. But in this case, I appreciate understanding the structure of the song. Like I understand kind of, I appreciate understanding the structure of the song. Getting back into like the mix here too, I just still do want to hear a little bit more prominence for the vocal and for it to sit over the top. I mean, obviously one easy fix for that is making small adjustments to your compression structure, Helios. I want to say the last we've talked, I think you started doing 3 compressors on there. You might need to get into the nuance of each of those little details in order to fine tune how much it pushes that vocal forward and how much you are making up gain as well. Like if you are compressing, let's say 5 dB on a couple different compressors, are you making up enough dB on that compressor as well to feed into the next one, so that you're not only taking down the top end of the vocal and quietening, her vocal and controlling it, but are you also like lifting up the low end information, little things like that. So, you might just want to dive into your compression settings and just tighten up that vocal dynamic range, some stuff. Yeah, to push it forward a little bit. Otherwise, what will happen is if you just turn it up, which is an option, you can just turn it up. You can just push the fader forward. Nothing wrong with that, right? You can just increase the amplitude, fine. But that will just increase everything that's happening, right? So if I just push that fader forward and everything's pre that fader, if I just push that fader forward, then every element of my processing is just being pushed up into that same structure, into ever slowing in myself 100%. And here I was talking about this the other day. We had Mikey G. Mikey G in here. He's an artist. He's a great artist. We had him in here yesterday, and he had it's going to get loud. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, get it loud, but it needs to be like it's important to not hide behind the elements, right? Like your voice is what your voice is. The stylistic decisions are the stylistic decisions that you're making. It's kind of like, this is whatever I'm not good with phrases. Like, this is the bed you made, lay in it, whatever the phrase is, right? Like if you're making a stylistic decision, live with it, be confident in it, and push it forward, right? So if you want a really freestyle structure, you want a really free flowing structureless vocal like you're talking about, accept that is the structure that it is, and then push that structure forward. It's going to get no, yeah. I know what you mean. If you want to submit, go to my profile. The song bed isn't magical. If you want to submit, go to my profile, go to the link and click on Track Talk. You'll see 2 steps. Just follow both of those steps if you want to get up on the board. It's 10 to start, 15 to skip, 25 will put you next. Anthem Games, appreciate you hopping in. But yeah, it's like, don't let anything deteriorate you from pushing that vocal forward, like making it loud, like making it prominent, making it stand out in the mix. Obviously controlling the dynamic range, controlling your levels and your amplitude and perceived loudness and stuff like that, but push it forward. Yeah, push it forward, because like we got to hear Snow's there, she's singing things, we got to hear it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so this is one of the things that I run into a lot, but it's also kind of what we were talking about before. Like I was saying, Mikey G was in here yesterday and he had a freestyle, but there was nothing about the song structure that he had that told me it was a freestyle, you know what I mean? So as a consumer first listening to the song, I didn't know how to listen to it, right? Let me just use a very loose example. If Guap Dad 3000 puts out a track, right? And it's called It's called like, I don't know, something random, like Downtown Freestyle. You know exactly what it is. You know it's gonna be a freestyle because he called it a freestyle. Or in parentheses on the release, it says freestyle. It's called in this case like Late Night Drive parentheses freestyle. You know what I mean? Like there's a way that you can kind of control your audience and let them know what they're listening to. You can also do that lyrically as well. Like what I was telling Mikey the other day was like, or yesterday I think it was when we were live, was tell people what you're doing in the song. Guide the audience a little bit. Like if you find that you want like loose structured music, there's nothing wrong with that. Not everything has to be a pop record. Not everything has to be like this structured R&B record or something like that, or a rap record with a clean hook. There's nothing specifically wrong with that. I value structure, of course, when it's at the forefront of what you're trying to get. But if you want a freestyle structure and in an ethereal, open, very loose, what's up, Curtis? Loose structure to your music, you just got to let people know somehow. Otherwise, people will just if they just hit play and start listening, they'll just kind of flounder through the song and it won't be memorable, or they'll skip out, right? Because they don't know how to listen to it. What I was telling Mikey the other day, oh, 100%, oh, absolutely, I'd be honored. What the other day was like, literally start your song and just take a deep breath at the start of the song and say, I just got some things I got to get off my chest, and then start your rap. And then you kind of, then the listener can kind of be like, oh, it's a stream of consciousness. They're getting something off their chest. It's a freestyle. You can kind of direct their attention into that pocket. But if you just start doing stuff, oftentimes the consumer will just be confused because we're used to 99% of songs having a similar kind of a structure in a sense, right? Where you know what a verse is, you know what a hook is and stuff like that. So my encouragement to you, Snow, would be, and even Healers on the engineering side to some extent, is how are you going to guide people to know what they're listening to? Because you know that most people's attention spans are brutal, right? Like people, I don't think people mind listening to long stuff as long as their attention is grabbed throughout the longer structure and they're kind of guided through the process a little bit. So even if you just like started or even if when you release them, you say parentheses freestyle or parentheses poetry, or something like that, where kind of guides people into the structure so they know I'm going to listen to this for the lyric structure and for the poetry that it is, not as a song, right? It's not necessarily, so that people kind of know how to guide their attention. Anyways, that's like a very loose piece of advice. I'm not saying anyone has to do that. I just think it could benefit you. I think it could benefit you for people when they hear this come on their playlist, or they hear it when they're swiping through lives and stuff like that. They kind of know what they're listening to and they will value it as such. Because if I'm in here, if you just send this to random people, right, or random people find this song somehow on a playlist or on YouTube or something like that, just yeah, I mean, literally, it sounds funny. It sounds funny, but it also is like, it is like kind of important to do, to like let people know what's happening to an extent. It's like a lot of consumers, especially with new artists with a different sound and a different structure, you kind of need to let them know what they're listening to. So I would, like, when you have a song structure, that's fine because it's going to be normal, but most people kind of expect a hook and a verse and stuff like that. So if there's any ways that you can kind of guide people through what you're doing, and it sounds interesting in that way, you have to find a creative, melodic way maybe to do that. And like, I don't know exactly what that would look like for you, but anyways, I think it would benefit your streams. I do think it would benefit the exposure that you have. That way people don't listen and be like, well, this isn't a song. You know what I mean? Because there could be so much value in what you're saying. There could be so much beauty in the melodies that you have and all of this stuff. But if people look at it from the lens of what a song sounds like and like a song structure sounds like, they'll just dispose of it, right? You know what I mean? They just be like, well, this isn't a song I can listen to. But if they come across your song and you're like, this is like some melodic poetry that I'm writing, I'm getting this pain and this tension off my chest, and I want you to hear every word that I'm saying. And then you kind of promote from that standpoint, you market from that standpoint, you release from that standpoint. I feel like more people will start to look at it from that lens and be like, oh, I know what Snow does. I know what Snow is. Snow is a poet. You know what I mean? Like, she's a melodic poetry's killer. I stamp that. That's yours. Wrong with it. Like you're a melodic poetess. I don't know if that's a thing. A melodic poetess, and that's what you do. And then people will start to see that thumbprint on what you do as an artist, and you can kind of run with it. And then if you make a song with a verse and a hook and two hooks at the end, then run with it. And then people be like, oh yeah, I know what a song is. Let's dive into it. But I think it's really important. I honestly, just like friend to friend, more than like engineer and producer, but like friend to friend, I want people to know what you're doing. Cause I think if they don't know what they're doing, they just won't like it. Right. And it's the same with anything. It's like when I hear a freestyle rapper, and I don't know that it's a freestyle. I'm like, hey, you could probably use some structure. And they're like, oh, it's a freestyle. I'm like, well, you kind of got to let me know, right? It's got to be in the name of the song. It's got to be in the way that you approach the song. It's got to be in your ad libs that you're telling me this is a you know, a freestyle structure and stuff like. Otherwise, I get confused and I don't remember it because there's no pattern or repetition. But if I dig into lyrics, if I really dive, what's up, Dell? Appreciate you hopping in. If I dig into lyrics and like, okay, I am here listening to Snow for what you're saying. For one, that gives Helios, that gives you some tools to be like, okay, if I know that I'm also approaching the engineering on this, yes, stylistically, it's this like loose, ethereal rock structure, right? That a lot of Snow's music is, at least a good chunk of what I've heard. Thank you for the heart, me, Dell. It's good to see you in here. If that's kind of the way that you're approaching it, but if you know that it's going to be lyric forward, message forward, and that's kind of at the foundation of what you're doing, then that gives you some focus on like, here's what I need to do to push this vocal forward, make sure it's clean and it's clear. Because the reason why people are going to come here is not for the song, it's for the lyrics, it's for the message, it's for the aesthetic and the mood, right? And so I need to make sure that that's facilitated in the mix. Those are the things I would dig into. Let me dive a little bit deeper into this, but main things kind of like we're talking about. Hey, thank you, Dell. I appreciate you for hopping in, even just for the little time that you can. It's good to see you in here. We'll just make sure that vocal's forward, like we talked about. Look, simple things like that. Probably benefit too from a double on that vocal. The thing with a structure like this is it's very loose, right? Of course, kind of like we've been talking about, it's very loose. So recording an exact double of the vocal is going to be really challenging, but you might want to doubler on it to give it some support in the mix, but definitely push it forward, Helios. Definitely through your compression, through your fader, whatever you got to do, make it loud, baby. Get it at the top of the mix. Push the clap forward. So I think if you have like your kick and your clap really prominent with your vocal, like those three things, what's up, Noah? Your kick, clap, because that kind of drives the whole thing. Kick, clap, and vocal. Get those like in a line in mono and get them nice and loud so that like the rhythm of the song and the melody of the song shines no matter what. And then you can fill out all the ethereal stuff, the ad libs, the guitar that's wide, the pads and strings, and like stuff like that. But get like the kick, the clap, you know, maybe the hats a little bit, and then that vocal, nice and prominent, nice and punchy, and then you can kind of fill in the gaps around there. But like kind of start your mix from those elements in a line, and then fill in the gaps as you need to. I think you'll be in a good spot. You'll be. I'm not too worried about it. It already sounds great. Like the production mix already sounds good, and most of the processing on Snow's vocals, I like. It's just got to be a little bit more forward. If y'all do want to submit, go to my profile, go to the website, click on Track Talk, or I'll go to the link, click on Track Talk. You'll see 2 steps there. Follow them both, and we'll get you up there. It's 10 to get on the board. It's 15 to skip the 10, 20 to skip the 15, so on and so on. 25 to skip the 20. As of this current moment, Snow is at the top of the list, so it's 25 if you want to go after Snow. But that's up to you if you want to skip it and go a little bit quicker. Right now, 25 will put you next. Yeah. Go to my profile, go to the website, and then you'll see Track Talk there. Follow both of those steps. For those of you who don't know, these are 15 to 20-minute consultations. Really, really deep dive into the structure of your mix, production, sound design, lyrics, things like that. I'm a professional audio engineer and producer. It's what I do for a living full time. So if you're wanting to get into the nuance of your music, it's a great space for it. To just bounce your music off a professional and get some really in-depth feedback. All right, let's dig in it. Feed the birds, what's up? Like here, especially at about 2:30 on, most of the track, I think it's pretty well balanced. Jay, appreciate you hopping in. Helios, this is where I hear the clap fall back in the mix a little bit more because it is kind of the main rhythmic. It's like kick and clap and guitars, pretty much the main rhythmic elements there. That's where I heard it initially that it could come forward, and then I kind of backtracked and listened to the whole record, and I feel like it could go forward. But right here is definitely where I first heard it. So since it's the only real rhythmic element in your snare, push it forward by a couple dB, you'll be fine. This is like easy corrections on the mix. It's just like make a couple things louder, rebalance it, glue it together, and I think you're good to go. Welcome back, Testament. And then if you want to, as necessary, double that vocal up, just because it can almost always use the support just because of the way Snow sings, just because of like the floating of the melodies, how those vocal lines and phrasings and stuff start and end. Having as much like support, Avante, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in. Enough support in the mix to me is really important. So the compression will help with that, but I wouldn't mind if there was like another element in there to help like support those melodies, since it is largely just like a melodically based song structure. So as much support as that melody can get, to me, it's going to make it sound a little bit more prominent, have a bit more energy behind it. But that's to taste, right? That's, you don't have to do that. Damien, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in. Let's go. Y'all, give it up one time. Brian, appreciate you hopping in. Give it up one time. Yeah, dark, lonely night and the castle music. I love it. It's dark. It's moody. I like it. I love it. Y'all, show some love to the family. Show some love to Eversnow. Show some love to Helios. Yeah, pretty simple fixes, like little structural fixes. Some amplitude stuff, support for the vocal, things like that. And then for me, it's almost just like really deciding distinctly how you approach the music so that you can convey it, right? Like if I try to think about this in my own music often too, so I don't even say this directly just to you and Snow, but this is because it's something that I'm speaking to myself on too. Is like if I don't know what my music is, no one else will, or they'll decide for you, right? Now, there can be some benefit to that, right? But like for me, it's like I want to know what I'm putting out and why I'm putting it out there and how I want it to be portrayed to an extent, and then let people put their own life filters on it, right? That's like art is subjective in that way, where like I might say something and the way that you perceive it might be something different, but I also want to know why I'm saying what I'm saying, right? I want to know like why I'm structuring the way that I'm structuring. So I think the more like secure y'all are, not only in the mix, in the vocal performance, and like the kind of structure you want to have, the easier it's going to be to convey that to people. So if you're very like resolute in the way you want to structure stuff, Snow, the more like confident you are, the more you understand how to convey these looser structures and these melodic poetry sets and stuff like that to people, the more people will listen and know what to do with it, right? Know how to process it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I would focus on too, is like spend some like time with yourself to really understand like what you want to do with the structure of your music, why you want it to be that way, and how do I get people to connect to it? You know what I mean? How do I get people to understand what I'm doing? Stans, rainy, moody, castle imagery on everything, book talk forever. Hell yeah, I love it. Exactly, yeah, like dig into it. And then in tandem with Helios, you get to dive into the processing of those things to make that vision come to life, right? That's where all of those things get, marry and really come together. So man, shout out to Snow. I've seen such an incredible journey from y'all. So man, shout out to Snow, shout out to Helios. Y'all are growing like crazy. I absolutely love to see it. And it's the family right there, y'all. So show some love to the family. Make sure you're following both of them. They got music out on platforms. Go stream the music. Show them some love and support, man. We love y'all so much. Y'all have an amazing time working on this song, man. Y'all are doing some cool stuff. You're doing some cool stuff. I honestly feel like the more that y'all really solidify what you're doing, you'll allow people to tap into the vision of your music, and I think that's really important. I think that's really something I'm always trying to figure out. Is like how do I get people to understand what I'm doing? Otherwise, if they don't connect, if they just don't get it, if I'm doing something cool and crazy and unique and nobody gets it, I don't get away with it, then I don't reach anyone, right? I don't get anywhere with my music. So I think it's so important when you're trying to do something special and unique that you find ways to bring people to that table. You know what I mean? Like it's important for you to try to figure out, how do I stay unique and authentic and still bring people into my vision? Like, how do I still bring people into like invite them into that space so they experience what I'm experiencing in this song structure? You know what I mean? And I think that's an important thing for artists to do. Let's go, Helios. I love it, man. Wubsy's in the building. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. And Blackheart, got you, man. I appreciate you. All right, Kaysen, let me know if you're in the chat. Got you. Got you. I appreciate you so much. And once again, let's go, Wubsy. Appreciate you hopping in, man. Welcome in. Yeah, just a quick reminder, exactly like Elizabeth just did. Okay, got you, Kaysen. We'll run Blackheart. You might get basically the free skip next there, man. Beautiful. If y'all want to submit, go to my profile, go to my link, click on Track Talk. You'll see 2 steps. Follow both of those steps and we'll get you up on the board. These are 15 to 20-minute consultations on the structure of your mix, production, sound design, lyrics, things like that. If you want to get into the nuance, want to get into the details, get a professional second set of ears on your music, that's what this live is all about. Sounds good, Snow. I love the support. I love the support. Yo, shout out to Snow. Shout out to Helios. All right, y'all, we're going to keep it going. So, Blackheart, I appreciate you skipping. We're going to get you up here right now. I've already got you ready to go. Blackheart, I do believe, Wubsy, I appreciate the love so much, man. I appreciate that so much. Is it my first time hearing you? The name doesn't sound familiar, so I want to know what I'm listening to. I'm excited to get into it, man. Hey, we love y'all so much, man. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, just a quick reminder that we are live right now on Twitch and YouTube as well. So definitely hop over there. Make sure that you're following on Twitch. Make sure that you're subscribed on YouTube, even if you don't stay watching over there. Of course, it's valuable if you do, or if you just throw it up there. But I would love. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that so much. But make sure you're following on Twitch. Make sure that you are subscribed to YouTube, so on and so on. We will be doing a lot more content over there. We will be live streaming on YouTube and Twitch every single day as well. Some more exclusive stuff there as well. Zach's in the building. What's up, Zach? Appreciate you hopping in. All right, let's get it. This is OTB, Ode to Blackheart, is the artist name, I believe. And then, or no, sorry, that's the, Blackheart is the artist. OTB is the name of the song. My bad, it's a single. All right, let me get into it. Hey, sounds good, Caddy. I appreciate the love. Caddy, would you mind? Well, you might not be able to. I was gonna say, if someone could drop, I just want to make sure, because the only reason I'm live on Twitch and YouTube right now too with my camera is so I can make sure that everything's working and stuff. So I'm so glad that y'all have talked to me about the sound. I think I've got all of that laid out in OBS. If someone can just drop a comment on either YouTube or Twitch, if you're over there, just hop over there, drop a comment, just so I can make sure that I see everything pop up in my plug-in on OBS, little things like that, because I'm still just testing the waters out over there. Obviously, the main structure right here is right here. Wubsy, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, just drop a comment in there so I can see it pop up. I just want to make sure everything that everything is where it needs to be, because we'll be pushing like crazy over there. I'm an independent artist from Arkansas. OTB is available on all platforms. First time here. Let's go. OTB, Blackheart, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Yeah, I got you, Wubsy. I got you. And we got Libby Tor. I got you right there. Let's go. Yeah, I see some popping up. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate it so much. I am commenting. Yeah, Caddy got you. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure it's on there. Perfect. All right, y'all, let's get into it. So let me just dive into some of these details here. All right, we got the chat over there going perfect. Okay, I'm glad. And actually, what's cool is it tells me where it's from. It tells me what's on Twitch and what's on YouTube. So that's actually really helpful. Perfect. Shout out to technology. Honestly, technology is can be really annoying sometimes. I kind of hate it, but also it's pretty dope. What I'm seeing here is pretty sick. All right, let me make sure I'm getting all these comments here. Perfect. All right. Blackheart, let's get into it. Talk to me really quick. I would love to know more. I mean, I love this is all a deep dive here. So I love context. I love details. Talk to me about the production. Is this a YouTube beat? Is it a 2-track from BeatStars? Did you do it yourself? Are you working with the producer? DZ, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in. Are you self-engineering this? Are you going to a studio? Are you, working with an engineer closely? Or, let me know some of the details. Give me some context on kind of what I'm listening to, the kind of control that you have over your sound and stuff like that. And they made it so you can stream on multiple platforms. It's been crazy. Yeah, I'm using Restream right now. For Twitch and YouTube. It's pretty seamless. I'll test some other stuff out as we go. Prez, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in. But I'm using Restream for Twitch and YouTube right now. All right, it's an original beat. I'm working with a producer, produced by Evan Anthony on Instagram. Perfect. All right, let's get into it. This is OTB. Hey, what's up, Prez? Let's turn it up. I like the synth. Let's go. Congrats. That's amazing. Okay, cool. What's up, party? Wish they could see that I was one of a kind. Wish they could see that my love was real. Wish they could see that I feel what they feel. Wish they could see that's my skin. Wish they could see that I'm me and not him. Wish they could see that I'm trying to make a difference inside of my life for real. Hey. Oh, black heart, what happened to all your colors? Washed away, cold showers, they're a bummer. Wubsy's in the building. What's up, Wubsy? Appreciate the follow on Twitch, man. Love the synths. Synths are my baby, so I love me some good synths. Of course, man. I appreciate you. Like the hook. Absolutely, Wubsy. We'll be there every day from now on, regardless. We'll be on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all the way across the board. Just gotta wait on Facebook to be approved. It takes a couple months. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. DT's in the building! Yo! My man, how you feeling today, man? Good to see you, bro. It's great to see that name pop up. Yo, family, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you, good to see you. Woo! Let's go, man. Y'all give it up one time for Black Hearts. OTBO to Blackheart is the name of the song. Now, if you like, bro, I miss you so much. But dude, it's like my heart leapt when I saw your name hit the chat, man. It's so good to see you in here, bro. It's so good to see you, man. Genuinely miss you, man. It's so good to see that name pop up. DT is a family, man. DT is a family. This song is out on all platforms, y'all. This song is out. So if you like what you hear, the artist name is Blackheart, one word. I already followed you on Spotify, like the track, all that good stuff. Y'all go do the same. It does not cost you anything to show some love and support to these artists. So go stream OTB. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you so much. Go stream this song, go like it, go add it to your playlist, go follow over there, all of that good stuff. Spotify works the same as every other social platform. You want retention on your post, your music, you want people following, liking, and engaging with your content, stuff like that. So make sure that you are doing that if that's what you're looking for other people to do to your music as well. Show some love. We have a page on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Facebook, but we have to wait like 2 months of like having the account open for like 60 days, I think, before we can go live over there. But we do have a Facebook. Do have a Facebook over there. Thank you for the heart me, DT. I appreciate it, man. All right, let's run this back, man. I'm excited to dig into this, man. Obsidian Key is the name of the page. It is, it's like 2 months. Everything's at the link tree. Yeah, go follow everything. We're going to be everywhere regardless, right? So if TikTok sticks around, I'm sure we'll still be on TikTok, but there's a lot of things we want to do. There's a lot of value we want to bring. There's a lot of really high-end things that we want to be able to offer and push and really dive into that you just can't really do on TikTok. And I want to go deeper. I want to offer a lot more. So regardless of what happens with TikTok, we're going to be on Twitch. We're live right there right now. Go follow the Twitch. We're live on YouTube as well. Go follow the YouTube, subscribe, all the good stuff. So definitely tap in. We're going to be on these platforms regardless. If TikTok sticks around, cool. If not, we're going to be there. We're going to be in front of y'all regardless. I want to make sure that y'all stay in touch as well. But we're live on Twitch and YouTube right now. Go check it out. All right, let's dive in, man. Blackheart, I really like your song structure. I like your voice. I like your song structure, man. It's catchy. You've got great pattern, great repetition. So the actual like formatting and the writing of the song, killer. Love it. I mean, it's addicting. It's addicting. You know what I mean? Like that movement that you have in the that melody, it's already stuck on my head. Great repetition, great pattern. I'm going to be thinking of that melody for the rest of the night. You know what I mean? Like it is locked in. Beautiful, beautiful melody. Yo, Wubsy, thank you, man. Dude, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate that so much. I know, yeah. I mean, there's a chance. I mean, everyone's trying to like say that, you know, there's a chance it could not. Everyone's trying to be positive, right? And I want to be positive too. Like, there's a chance YouTube does get saved. It gets divested. They sell the American shares to, you know, a company here, but they want to try to refrain from it being bought from another major conglomeration that's going to give a monopoly to Meta. And so there's all kinds of other stuff. There's all kinds of other, you know, crazy stuff that's happening. They could just succumb to operating within Project Texas and keeping all the American data here on U.S. soil in Austin, I believe. Like there's things that they can do, but who even knows? I love TikTok, man. I also have my frustrations with TikTok. Like TikTok is a kind of a crazy algorithm sometimes that can be kind of frustrating to work within. Some of the limitations of what you can do and say and operate and stuff like that. It can be kind of frustrating too. So I am excited to offer more value on other platforms, but I love the community of TikTok. I love the information. I love the community. I love the platform that it is, but it also has its limitations that I can't do. I mean, I would like you hop over the next week or so, you hop over to Twitch. I'll be able to show you my entire Pro Tools in the middle of the live and show you exactly what I'm doing and what I would fix in your song. You know what I mean? So it's like so I'm excited to go live on other platforms at the same time because there's just so many other things that I want to do. I want to be able to produce live on Twitch and YouTube and have a video camera on the drums and a video camera on the synths and a camera over here showing the screen of my Pro Tools, show how I'm tracking and routing the drums. Like all of that stuff is so valuable and so fun to do that that's more of what I want to do. I mean, that's really what I want to dive into. Go to my profile. If it doesn't work on here, go to my Instagram because sometimes TikTok is weird. But go to my profile. You'll see a link tree, and then click on Track Talk. That's where you submit there. All right, but let's get into it. Blackheart. The only thing I really want to dive into is vocal production, the mix on the vocals, the vocal production itself. There's some things I want to kind of delve into. The production itself, I kind of like where it sits. It's a cool vibe. I don't have any complaints at all. The melody and the structure of the song, killer. It's catchy. It's awesome. But let's dig into it. Real quick, if you do want to submit, go to my profile, go to my website, click on Track Talk. You'll get yourself up there. Just follow both of the steps. Right now, it's 10 to get on, 15 to skip, 20 to skip the 15, 25 will put you next. 25 will put you next. All right, let's get into it. Let's run it back from the top. I'm excited to dive in, man. This is a good song. This production kind of reminds me of some of like the early Mike Dean stuff. Like I'm a synth guy, so like I love synths. Thank you for the roses, man. I appreciate the generosity. The early synth movement right there reminds me of like the early Mike Dean stuff, even some of the early 40 stuff that like Drake did. But I love those synth melodies. That's a beautiful texture in the song. Really nice. Like a little Fetty Wap in there too. That's cool. Like there's some like nostalgia that I feel with the song structure too that I'm really like enjoying. There's a looseness of like the vocal melody, but that I think is really like endearing to listen to. It's really, really cool to listen to. But then there's also the structure that's really tight and it's really, really well done. Both of those like playing together, this kind of loose vocal structure. It's not perfect, but it's really, really nice to listen to with the repetition. I think works beautifully for your vocal. It doesn't work for everybody. I'll hear someone else do it and I'll say the opposite, right? But in this case, listening to this record, and I'm always a fan of listening to the record that's in front of me and mixing and producing accordingly. In this record, it works. It sounds really nice. Okay, honestly, one of the biggest things for me that I kind of want to dive into that I think would really, really benefit your vocal. You said you worked with a producer on it. You said you were the vocal and the songwriter on here. Did the producer engineer this, or did you engineer like your vocals in the mix on this? Let me know really quick. Julio's in the building. What's up, Julio? And then TJ, if you want to submit, go to my profile, click on the link, and go to Track Talk, and then you'll see the steps to submit there. It's 10 on, 25 next right now. Do, 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 no. Do, 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 do. Such a great melody. Addicting. Yeah, he engineered it. We recorded it in his studio. Nice. Perfect. Killer. That gives me some context too. One of the things that I feel like I'm kind of missing on your vocal is some processing stuff. What you hear in your vocal in this beat is it ebbs and flows in amplitude in the mix quite a bit. So you'll hear one time where your vocal gets really prominent. Some of that's the layers, right? You have like a chorused and like flanged layer to your vocal in here, and some other like shifted layers to your vocal that I really like. I don't mind those at all. I like where they sit, but they feel louder and more prominent than your lead vocal, as opposed to like an accent and a support system to the lead vocal. Your lead vocal gets kind of lost in the mix quite a bit at different points in the song. And once again, I like what you're doing. Like I like your melodies, I like your song structure, but to that point, I want to hear more of it. But because your vocal, it gets louder and quieter in the mix, that's a compression issue. So that's I would probably have a tighter compression structure on your vocal. If not, another stage of compression to help bring up some of the quieter information and control the louder information and then push it forward in the mix. Because right now you hear it kind of fall in and out of the mix quite a bit. What I would love to hear in your vocal is I have like 2 compressors on my vocal here. Sometimes I'll have 3, or, it just depends on the vocal and why. But what I'm looking for is like, if I talk really, really quiet and I basically whisper, you hear how it kind of brings up I'm talking really quiet, but it's still like a really consistent level. I can talk normal. It's not like the level, it's like you hear me getting more energetic, but the level's not jumping. I mean, I could even like look at my meter. My level's not jumping dramatically. And I could also like yell into the microphone. Right here, I'm screaming into my microphone. And it's like, there's more energy, of course, there's more energy behind it. But the actual amplitude change between all these different vocal structures of me like talking really, really quiet and going really, really loud. There's no clipping on the loudest part, no distortion or oversaturation at the top end. And you can hear when I get really quiet and more intimate with the vocal structure, even if I fall in and out of the way from the vocal. So if I'm moving in the studio and I've got a lot of energy, it's controlled by the compression. My low level information is being brought up, so you can hear all of the details of my vocal consistently in the track. My high-end information through like those harder transients and the harder parts of my vocal structure are being controlled and tamped down in order to create like this block of energy of my vocal that still moves. I can still get quieter and louder. You can still hear the energy change in my vocal, but it's hyper consistent in the track, right? That's a little bit more of what I want to hear from your vocal, because you have a great voice. I love your vocal range and I love the tone. You have a unique tone to your vocal too that I really appreciate. But since it falls back in the mix a bit and that your amplitude changes so dramatically, I actually lose out on some of the things that you're saying and some of the energy behind it. Like I said, some of your ad libs and some of the effects on your background vocals are perceived in the mix as louder and more powerful than your lead vocal. And I would love to hear that lead vocal punchy, open, right in the middle of the mix with support from those layers. I still want to hear those chorus vocals. I still want to hear like the formant shifts and the low octaves and the stuff like that, and some of the like the ambiance and the effects that you have in there. But I still want your vocal to be that main thing that just punches through the mix. It sits right over the kick and snare and stuff like that. That's what I'm looking for. As a couple ratings. I don't know what Wubsy's doing. I don't know what he's doing right now, but I'll check later, man. I got like nervous for a second. I was like, wait, did someone rate us bad? We haven't even done anything already. Shout out to Wubsy, man. That's great. You're showing crazy love, man. I appreciate you a lot. Let me listen a little bit further.
I'm picturing myself if this even real. I get to express that's how I kinda feel.
Got you, Testament.
Felt no having the hot black book on the shelf. Things were required to just stay in line. Wish they could see that I was one of a kind. Wish they could see that my love was real. Wish they could see that I feel what they feel. Wish they could see that's my skin. Wish they could see that I'm me and not him.
Like even in this, because I really don't mind at all the mix and the production. It's like warm, it's saturated, it sounds nice and beefy, right? And so I want your vocal to just punch forward. I wouldn't mind if your vocal is probably 2 to 3 dB louder, at least in perceived loudness in the structure of the mix. I would love for it to have a little bit of a tighter compression structure. EQ is nice and smooth. It's like bright without being harsh. It's not boomy or muddy at all. It just needs some control, right? And it needs a little bit of control and it needs some drive. It needs to punch through a little bit more. So honestly, if it were up to me, I would compress a little bit tighter, either with the compression that you already have on there or add another stage of compression to increase the level of control and color that you give that vocal. I would probably layer it up a little bit. I would saturate it a little bit and push that vocal forward so it really has some energy and support in the mix. Because I like what you're doing, man. In fact, like that's the reason why I want to hear more of it. Like I want to hear and feel your vocal in this mix quite a bit more. And because it falls back in amplitude, you miss it a little bit. But what you're doing is super dope, man. I like it a lot.
Then I'm trying to make a difference inside of my life for real. Oh yeah. Oh black heart, what happened to all your colors?
This is such a cool hook. Like, dude, addicting melody in the hook. Da, 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 da. That melody's golden, man. It's such a good hook. I think if you can dig into like the processing and like the vocal production and layering and some of the stuff that we're talking about, man, you're going to be gold. This is like, you're a good writer. These melodies are absolutely addicting. They're super, super fire. It's all going to come down to like processing it in a way where you really feel the impact of what you're doing in the mix. Like those vocal runs are beautiful. Come on, man. I love what you're doing. And then the last thing I'll say, and then we'll push to the end of it. Last thing I would say is a little bit more attention, I think, in the ambience of your vocal. The only other thing that I hear that I think could make this feel more professional and polished and high end when it comes to like the mix is some intention when it comes to the processing of the vocal, like delays and reverbs of the like little like automation on the delay tails or something to like bring in a little bit of texture to kind of glue the track together so there's not too much dead space. Since there's not a lot of ad-libs, I don't mind not having ad-libs. I mean, I sometimes I think people muddy up songs a lot with ad-libs thinking they have to fill space. I don't mind that there's not a lot of ad-libs. If they're tastefully done, I like that. But I would still fill in some of the gaps and glue the track together a little bit with tasteful automation on like reverbs and delays to kind of glue some things together, connect. I mean, one of the things that I like about like reverb, I mean, compression being one, but like reverb and delay too, is it helps like connect your vocal to the production structure, right? It's like you have this dope beat down here and a really like clean, clear, unprocessed vocal up here. And then part of what kind of connects them is processing the vocal in a way that it feels like it's a part of the production structure. It gives it rhythm. Like when you add a delay to a vocal that's in the same BPM or a connected BPM to the beat production that you have underneath it, it ties that vocal in to the rest of the production structure. Because all of a sudden that vocal has a rhythm to it. It has a tail to it in ambiance that's connected to the production. So a little bit of automation on a delay throw, a little bit of tasteful reverb to connect your vocal to this track, and then control over your compression to push that vocal forward. And I think you'd have an amazing record, man, because you're talented. The writing is great. I'm addicted to the melody. The melody's so catchy, man. It's absolutely killer.
Just color this out of the line. I wish that these niggas stop wasting my time. I wish that these women would stop with the line. I wish that the day would stop turning to night. I wish I had armor, I could be.
Got you, Senko.
Black sounds nice, yeah, he stays with the vibes. Sir Black
Appreciate you, man.
Okay, back to the grind. Oh, black heart, what happened to all your colors? Washed away, cold showers, they're a bummer. Ice dripping off his fingers. Renegade, she left him for a sister. Oh, black heart. Oh,
Like even like right there, so like, you know, at 235 or so, back it up a little
Your
bit.
colors washed away, cold showers, they're a bummer. Ice dripping off his fingers. Renegade, she left.
Have like a delay throw automate.
Oh, black heart, 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 heart. Oh, black heart, no, no, no.
A little bit of space makes a big difference. Yeah, right. 1738. Yeah. It's got that vibe. It has that vibe, man. I like it. Smooth. Good mix on the production. I don't mind it at all. I love the scent. Killer. Beautiful, man. Y'all give it up one time. That is Black Heart. One word. Go follow on Spotify. OTB, Ode to Black Heart, is the name of the track by Black Heart, the artist name. On all platforms, you can stream it, you can like it, you can add it to your playlist, you can follow on Spotify, and of course, make sure that you are following here on TikTok and any social platform that you happen to look up Black Heart, man. Really, really cool vibe. I love the aesthetic. For me, it's all going to come down to, man, of course, man. Anytime, man. I genuinely really like what you're doing, man. Like, I like the vibe, I like the aesthetic, and I like the vocal performance. Processing is like an easy, I'll say easy loosely, but like, is an easy thing to address and fix, right? Performance is harder. I can't EQ a performance. You know what I mean? I can't compress you into a great catchy hook. You know what I mean? Like, it really takes a good, confident performance. I believe what you're saying. I like the performance of your vocal. I feel like it fits the production and the aesthetic really well. I think you're executing on a great level. It's just going to come down to me in like vocal production, right? Like the way that you build out vocal layering, the way that it's processed to make it really stand out in the mix and feel punchy and vibrant and professional and polished. That's what I'm looking for, man. But you're talented, man. I like what you do. Give it up one time for OTB by Black Heart, man. Welcome to the family as well, man. I appreciate you a lot. All right, Kaysen, let me know if you're in the chat. Kaysen, let me know if you're here. And if y'all want to submit, I'm going to start closing some stuff up. So 10 and 15 are closed. It's going to be 20 if you want to get on. 25, we'll put you next right now. 25, we'll put you next. Kaysen, are you good to go? I know you're in and out for a minute. Let me know if you're tapped in, if you're ready to go for your back-to-back. And then we'll run these next two that I believe I've heard versions of. It might be a different structure on it. Let me know. Let me know. And if y'all want to submit, go to my profile, go to the link, click on Track Talk, and you'll see 2 steps. Follow both of those steps if you want to get heard. It's 20 to get on the board right now. 25 will put you next. These are not reviews. There's no trash or pass ratings or polls. This is a 15 to 20 minute, what's up, Alex? 15 to 20 minute consultation on the structure of your mix, production, sound design, lyric structure. This is all about getting value and getting a really nuanced breakdown on the structure of your mix, production, sound design, lyrics, things like that. So if you are looking for tools, okay, sounds good. If you're looking for tools, you're looking for actionable feedback. I'm not here to just say get a better mix and then move on. I'm not here to just say have better energy and then move on. I want to get into the details. I want to get into the nuance and really consult on the elements of your music that could help you improve and polish what you're doing. And if you're already executing at a crazy high level, then I also will still want to talk about the details of what you do so that everybody can learn from that experience as well and try to emulate some of the things that you're doing well so they can improve on their structure as well. If you are looking for some tools, and this is a great space to be, Pastimes in the building. For those of you who don't know, my name's Torvik. I'm a full-time audio engineer and producer. It's what I do for a living. It's what I've done for the last 12 plus years. I'm also a classically trained pianist. So if you want to get into the details, if you want nuance from someone who actually understands the language and understands what it means to operate in that space and build the structures that we're talking about, then that's what the space is all about. I really, really love this community. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. We got Tetra, which is redone, rephrased. Ground beef and potatoes just for dinner. Hey, it's all right. It's good. It's a late night. So we'll make it work. I don't mind one bit. I'll take it. All right, let's run Tetra first. One day when we're not working 19-hour days, we will have time for some good food. All right, let's this sounds so far off. All right, let's get into it. This is Tetra, and we also have It's Just an 80s Jam. I've heard versions of these in different formats, so I'm just gonna run through both of them, and then we'll dig into the quality right after. So this is Tetra first. Love the lo-fi feel. Okay. I don't know if I can see the numbers. Two. We got 2 over on Twitch right now. It's our first time streaming on it. There's 2 over there. I think we got Caddy over there too. Shout out to Caddy. Shout out to Libby. Hey. Your sound design's really cool, man. It's unique. It's got good movement to it. Yeah. I'm gonna download this. I'm gonna drop it into Pro Tools. I got an idea. Remind me what you're working on again, Kason. Gabriel, what's up? Sound design's really cool, man. Soundtrap, that's right. That's right. Really like I love all the movements of this track too. It's like a medley of sorts. I like it a lot, man. It's got a lot of great movement to it. That is Tetra. Let me go. I downloaded that one because I want to drop into Pro Tools for a second and talk about something. Let's go straight into the 80s jam. We'll go straight into the 80s jam and then we'll dive in back. Of course, Gabriel. Yeah, 100%. Right now, while we're slowly closing things up, I love that, Casey. Yeah, I love that, dude. Favorite plan's great. Yeah, it's 20 on right now. 25 will put you next. 25 is next. All right, this is 80s Jam by Kason. Let's go. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. You're so versatile, man. So versatile. Better control on the low end here. I remember this. Fire. Yeah. Pop up. Yeah, DT. Name's not popping up. Let me see. not popping up. So annoying. As soon as I end this, I'll look at it. This is like some 80s DDR. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all show both of those tracks you just heard. Both of those tracks you just heard were from Kaysen right here in the chat. Oh, yeah, 80s twist, man. I love it, man. I love your versatility, man. Your versatility as a producer, for someone who's done it as long as you have done it, is really, really high, man. You're a really talented producer, man. I love what you're doing. I know you said you played music for a long time, took like 9 years off, and then came back into it. I love the work that you're doing, man. Shout out to Kaysen. Got you, Gabriel. I appreciate you, man. Got you. Ready to go? All right, let's dive back into these real quick. There's really like one or two small little details I want to talk about, and then we'll dig into it. Let me see if I can't get Patty. So let me make sure. So we both follow. So I know we're friends on here. Remember. Let me just make sure. Let me just adjust this real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Moderators. Let me see. I wish I could just do it from. Yeah. Oh, okay. You could do it just from their name now. Add moderator. Boom. Oh, that's nice. That skips the whole thing. Maybe that's why. Boom. I can just click on the name. Swipe out and swipe back, Caddy, real quick. See if it did it. Yeah. Oh. And then we'll dig into it. Caddy did it with the mod. Let's go. All right. Got you. Ready to go. Okay, perfect. I appreciate the help so much. It means a lot. All right, let's dive back into it. Really quick, I want to dive first into the other one. Really quick, Kaysen, talk to me about Soundtrap. Do they have, I'm sure they do somehow. I don't know what Soundtrap looks like. Like I've said, I want to dive into some of these plugins at another time too, just because I want to know what they're all about. I just don't have time right now, but in the future, I would love to do something. Do they have any like saturators or like tape emulators or anything like that there? I'm sure they have saturation in some kind of a plugin or something like that. But let me know if they have something in that realm. Only a few. Okay, that's fine. That's all I'm looking for. Let me real quick. I'm going to drop. Let me see. Let me see why the order of this is out. So let me. Let's go. Yeah. That makes sense. That's kind of what I expect. I was like, I know they've got to have something, but I just didn't know exactly what. All right. I'm going to drop Tetra into Pro Tools really quick. There's one thing I want to look at. Shout out to Wubsy. Dude, Wubsy is so crazy, dude. Wubsy, we love you. I don't know if you're still in here, man. Shout out to Wubsy. So I have one singular compressor, and that's fine. So I made a video a while back. I need to make another one because it was like before I had really anyone on here. But I made a video about using stock plugins to emulate other plugins, and like I can send you the MIDI track. And no, that's not easier because it's going to be a completely different file format on here. I'm just going to have the 2-track. There's just one little thing I want to look at. With of how to, like, if you want to emulate different compressors and stuff like that, like on the stock Pro Tools compressor, just using different, you can still have multi-stage compression where like one compressor, you have a higher ratio, tighter attack and release and a lower threshold, or like a higher threshold. And then on your second one, it's a more mid-level, slow release, mid attack with a much lower threshold. Like you can do different things with the same compressor to basically emulate having 2 or 3 different compressors in your chain and still get kind of the same effect. I've done it with stock plugins for a long time. Now I have plugins that I like that I use all the time, and I have a compressor built into my analog vocal chain. So I like utilizing that way, but you can do it with stock plugins. So even if you only have one plugin on BandLab or one plugin on Soundtrap or GarageBand or something like that, if you utilize it in multiple different ways, you can still get some of the effects that you're looking for. Let me just play this here in Pro Tools really quick. Let's dig into it. What's up, Nick? Appreciate you hopping in. I like your sound design a lot, man. It's really interesting, very unique. Okay, so here's what I'm listening for, right? And again, this is not something that yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Really cool. Really cool structure. And again, I really love your sound design. I would love some of these things to me, just in my opinion, just in my ear, are so unprocessed and bright and open, although some of them are kind of crunchy. They're so like bright and distinct and open that you lose a little bit of that like reel-to-reel lo-fi vintage feel to it, right? Literally all I have on this, all I have on the master. You can do this on a master track. You can do this however you want to. I'm trying to go as simple as possible so you could use it with even like stock plugins and stuff like that. All I'm doing is saturating it. I'm like pushing the saturation a decent amount so it gets kind of grainy and crunchy, and a little bit more retro sounding, a little bit more vintage. And then I've just done a like high filter, and this just has a free vintage filter, there's like a free filter. And I'm just cutting off some of the top frequencies. So the hi-hats aren't super like bright and tinny and open. They're kind of filtered down a little. And the difference is like this. So like this is with it on. Let me get into it a little bit more. It's a little bit more mellow as opposed to this. So nothing wrong with this at all. It sounds great. It's bright, it's punchy, it's open. But as far as like a moody, kind of filtered down lo-fi feel, it kind of helps to take some of the really digitally bright nature of some of these elements away, right? Because if it's very bright and open and like boosted on the low end, you lose some of like the at least in my opinion, you lose some of the like authenticity of like kind of the lo-fi style. I want to push it a little bit farther into A and B it a little bit more, but that's kind of what I'm listening for. Because I love your sound design, man. Your sound design is killer. So this is the original here. Let me push it a little bit forward. Love those little popcorn synths. Your sound design's killer, man. Really cool. So even here, hear, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. You can hear how it warms up the track a little bit. It takes some of the edge off the top end, and it also gives it some like beef in some of the drums. You hear the guitars kind of come to life as opposed A, B, back. You can filter it all the way down. You can just automate this. Bring it back. Having that control over saturation and filtering just gives you a lot of like tone and texture that you can play in by just like manipulating one filter and one saturation knob. Bring this down. Wake it up a little bit. All of that extra like texture and tone and the harmonics from the saturation make a big difference. So if there's anything that I would do at all to this track, is just give it that little bit of texture, give it that little bit of life and that little bit of movement that a single little bit of saturation, small percentage, 10%, 15% saturated, even if you just do it on the master. Because what's nice about saturating on the master, of course, I saturate a lot of different elements. I typically saturate vocals. Wait, hold, what's going on over here? Caddy, are you on? Yeah. No, it didn't. There's a thumbs up. What's going on? There's a thumbs up on and a bubble. What does that mean? Do you know what that means? Hold on. Yeah. No, I want to keep it. I want to keep it live because I want to test out the link too. I got to make sure the camera can last and stuff like that. No, there's on OBS. There's a thumbs up and a bubble. What is going on there? John Tyler, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in. Give me 2 seconds. Well, why is it? I didn't add that. Why is it doing that? How do I take it away? Huh. Yeah, but why is it doing it on my cam link? I know. I don't know why. Give me a second. Let me try this real quick. But why is it pausing everything? Yeah, but I think it froze because of it though. Let me I'm gonna change the source really quick. Give it a second. Boom. Okay, we're back. There we go. Easy fix. I just switch out the Yeah. I just switched source and then came back to it, so you should be good. All right. I don't know. I'll have to figure out why it does that. I'll have to turn off that setting, probably in my master camera settings or something like that. Okay. We're figuring out. I mean, that's why we're over there. It's why we're on Twitch right now. It's why we're on YouTube. We're figuring it all out. All right. So let me get back into the main track. But that's what I was saying, Kaysen. A little bit of saturation goes a long ways. That was the last thing I was going to say. Is the benefit of saturating the whole track is it puts your track under an umbrella, right? It allows all of your tracks to feel like it's going through a reel-to-reel or a tape deck or a cassette or something like that. It gives it that emulation that everything has been pumped into one system that has one kind of a texture, as opposed to it just be digitally clean elements, clean drums, open trap snare, the elements that you have in there that are moving around, things like that. And so saturating the entire track, filtering the entire track can help you emulate that vintage vibe that you want, that lo-fi feel that you want. You got to be subtle with it, but I do think that it helps a lot. Let me back it up just that really, to me, that's kind of the main thing. That's kind of the main thing that I want to look at. Let me see. Let me finish out the track really quick. I'm going to take off the filter. Let me hear the end of this here. Overall, I really like the sound design. Where things are placed, I think is fine. Most of the other levels are really clean. The only thing that I miss is maybe a little bit of bass. You have the guitar, you have the pads, you have the movement, you have a lot of texture that I think is beautiful. A lot of texture that I think works really, really well. I really don't have any complaints of the sound design that you have. I think it's probably my favorite part about what you do is your sound is different. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of popcorn stuff and ping pong stuff going around. There's a lot of great movement in your music that I really appreciate. It keeps your tracks interesting. You also have a lot of ebbs and flows dynamically. It keeps your track interesting and engaging, which I think is a great foundation to have. I wouldn't mind if there was a bass that hit one time, just a simple, even a finger bass or an upright bass or something like that. Yeah, I love it, Kaysen. I think you're doing a great job, man. I feel like you're keeping a lot of that ear candy in there. It sounds fantastic. I honestly don't have too many complaints about the way you're building your sound design. Wouldn't mind a bass. I do think it would help kind of ground the track a little bit to have 1 or 2 moments in the song that you add an upright bass or just even a typical normal sounding finger bass or something in there that you tuck in to give it some warmth, give it some depth, give it a little bit of presence, and then take it away. Give yourself another kind of verse and some dynamic range, and then add it back in. Give it that energy again. That, to me, that's probably the only other thing I'm looking for. Literally, I would just do. I'm gonna go with the worst sounding bass I can find from Expand on Pro Tools, and literally the difference that it makes. Let's go. There we go. Synth bass. Let's go normal basses. Let me see. That's crazy sounding. That's hot. And let's go. Literally, even just that to me makes a big difference. So easy, so simple. Adds so much like texture and warmth to the track. So to me, I think you can control like some of your saturation and filtering to get this under the same umbrella. And I'm not saying you have to, because it really depends on what you want out of the song. So you don't have to have a bass in there. But to me, the bass adds so much like warmth and movement and groove to a song like this that I do think it could be massively beneficial for you to have that little bit of energy down there and then just rebalance it in the mix. You can keep it pretty subtle. All right, let me close out that one and let me go to your 80s one real quick. Let's go to your 80s track real quick. And let's dig into that for a second because you got a back-to-back, and then we're going to keep it moving. We got Gabriel up next, and then we got Senko and Testament. We're going to be closing up here pretty soon, y'all, because I'm already on really late. I was trying to get a whole bunch of stuff figured out. We're already on late. We will be live tomorrow, hopefully for a bit longer because I'm not doing as much figuring out. But Libby and I are building a whole lot of systems right now. We're doing a whole lot of stuff. So definitely make sure that y'all are tapped in as we figure out all of this stuff. Also, just a quick reminder that we are live on Twitch right now. We're live on YouTube right now. Make sure that you are following on Twitch. Really, really helps. We're going to try to get to a place where we can become affiliates so we can start to build more like subscriptions and other things over there to start getting things moving in the right direction so we can offer more and more to the community. So make sure you're following on Twitch. Make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. We're live over there right now. You can check it out and at least make sure that you're following over there. And we'll get some other things going over there for the community as well. I do need food. I do need some food. So we're going to close up these last couple here in a minute. If you skip, it would be 20 or higher right now. 20 or higher if you want to skip. 30 is next if you want to submit. But let me close out this 80s one really quick. This 80s one I don't think needs much work at all. I've heard this one a couple times too. Much better balance on the bass of this one. This initial balance right here, I like. Everything I think is in a good spot. It's interesting, it's weird, it's quirky. I like it. I like it. And those drums are in a way better balance. Last time I heard it, it's like almost like too prominent and it kind of takes you away from the structure of the song. Way better balance on your percussion elements, man. Love the synthesis. Vibey. I could honestly like see this and like this like reminds me of like Rush Hour or something like that. I don't know, like some movies from like the late 80s, 90s, you know what I mean? Where it's like this like some car chase scene from like an early 90s movie or a late 80s movie or something like that. Like I like it a lot, dude. There's something about, especially once you bring in the sax and stuff like that. You've got like the Juno style synths in there and things like that. There's like, okay, cool. Sounds good, Bubsy. There's some like really cool textures and stuff in there that really remind me of like the 80s and the 90s, man. It's got a really cool feel. Like it's like one of those like car chase scenes with like a limousine and some like mobster, you know what I mean? Something like that. It's got a cool feel. It's got a cool feel. a fun listen, man. I like it. Like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, was it like Three Ninjas or whatever that old movie was I used to watch all the time? That's like one of the, that's what it reminds me of. I mean that in a good way, not in like just like a cheesy way. I just mean like the aesthetic of the era and that kind of energy behind the track is what it reminds me of. And I love it, dude. It's super nostalgic. I mean, I love the 80s. I love synths. Like, I love this whole vibe, like this whole kind of synthwave vibe. And that's what it reminds me of, man. I think you did a good job of emulating that correctly in the structure of the song. It's killer, man. Exactly. Dude, you nailed it then. That's exactly what it is, man. And I would market it as such. I would like literally get on YouTube and screen record some clips of some like 80s car chase scenes and put your song underneath it and be like, this is the song that was actually supposed to be there. You know what I mean? Like, you could find a way to market it where, like, I don't know, I did something when I released A Glimpse of Color, which is my most recent synthwave record that I put on platforms. When I released that, I promoted it by like putting like 80s car commercials behind it. So it was like an 80, like when they first, when they introduced the M3 in the 80s, like the BMW M3, and I put this old 80s car commercial with my song underneath it to like show the aesthetic of the music and the time in the car and stuff like that. And it's cool. Like, it's like a cool way. It got some decent traction on a couple different platforms. Like, it's a cool way for you to kind of tap into that and really not only make the aesthetic in your music, but also offer that aesthetic to your visuals. You know what I mean? What am I telling you right now? I don't know what to do with anything. Get it out there. Just release it. Get it on platform. Get DistroKid or CD Baby or TuneCore or whatever. Get it on platforms. DistroKid is $29 a year for the cheapest one, I think, something like that. $25 a year, $29 a year, something like that. Start putting them out. They're not going to be perfect. They might not blow up. You know, maybe if they do, awesome. Hell yeah. Might not blow up. They might not do a whole bunch. Just get them out there. Build a catalog so that when you release something a year from now, you got 25 songs people can go back to. Like, none of my songs have gone crazy. None of my songs are crazy viral. In the event that one does, I've got 45 songs on platforms that people can go back and listen to, right? Like, some of them that are older, some of them that are a little bit more recent, some of them that I put out last year or this year. So it's like building up a catalog is so important because you just never know when something happens. So if you always wait till you think you have the one and then you put it out and you're really, really confident in it, and then it still doesn't do what you want it to do, then there's all that frustration of like, okay, well, now this one I thought was really, really good, but it still didn't get any traction. Build a catalog, build a massive catalog, because you never know which one's going to take off for what reason. I've got an editorial playlist 2 years after I released songs. Twice that happened, where a song shot up by like 20,000 streams just out of some random post that I had. So like, start building up a catalog, start putting these out, you know, polish these up a little bit, put them both out on Spotify, build a little EP of like 5 productions like this that are all kind of synthwave. And then you have a little synthwave EP that you put out just to do. That's what I just do with Christmas stuff. I put out 7 lo-fi Christmas songs that I put together like 5 years ago. And I just decided now to release them. Let's get them out there. And then if I release more lo-fi Christmas music, I'll have volume 2 and volume 3 over the next couple years. You know what I mean? But I have this massive catalog of opportunity for people to hear my stuff. They might not like this track, but they might like the other one that you put in. They might like the third one from now, but you have to have those out there for people to kind of cycle through your music and understand what they enjoy. I would just start getting them out. Hakeem, go to my profile, click on the link, and then you'll see Track Talk. You'll see Track Talk right there. Click on that and you'll see all the ways to send. Right now it's 20 to get on, or 25 if you want to go. Let me see. 20 to get on, 25 to skip that, or 30 if you want to be next. Gabriel's next after this, so 30 if you want to be next. Structure's way better, man. Let's go, man. Give it up one time. Yo, DT. Not at all, man. Not at all. Dude, it's like, I feel the same. Obviously, I don't get to hear y'all all the time. But, man, it's anytime that, like, someone hasn't been here for a minute, and again, like, if you can't submit for a while, if you don't got music for a while, like, I understand. I mean, I haven't put, I mean, outside of these random, like, literally the only reason I put these lo-fi records out is because I had them for 5 years. I finally decided to do something with them. It's so difficult for me to, like, do stuff right now and even, like, hop in other people's lives as much as I used to. We've been, like, Libby and I have been working like crazy. We've been working so much. And so I understand, like, it makes me, like, it makes me sad to not be able to do all the things that we want to do, man. So I understand when y'all have to take some time away, when you don't get to be in the chat all the time, you're not working on music as much, you don't want to send in as much, like stuff like that. I get it, man. I totally understand. So anytime, just know that anytime I see y'all's name pop up at the bottom of the chat, it makes me so happy. Genuinely appreciate it so much. Hakeem. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes TikTok is weird. I don't know why, but it's the same link on both profiles. So go to my Instagram. It'll be there too. But yeah, 20 on, 25 skip, 30 is next. Y'all give it up one time. Give it up one time for Kaysen, man. I love what you're doing. Your sound design's really interesting. You have a good intuition and ear for the music, which I think is the foundation of it all. You can always polish. You can always improve on it. You can always get better DAWs and better gear and stuff like that. I don't even really care about that. To me, it's like you have an ear for it. Your intuition on the production side is interesting. It's engaging. It's quirky. Like I like it, man. It's a really, really cool feel. And so I think over time you'll just get better at it. You'll polish it up a little bit. You'll understand the sound design better. You'll understand the mixing side of it more and what songs need when they're missing something. Sometimes you don't know, and maybe it's just a bass. Maybe it's something as simple as that. But your ear and your intuition for the music is great, man. I absolutely love it. Y'all show some love to Kaysen, man. Massive love to Kaysen. We got Gabriel Plex. I gotta move at a good chop. I gotta move at a good pace here. I gotta get out of here, man. It's late. It's 9:40 already, and I haven't eaten. So we got Gabriel in the building. This is a very rough mix. I know, that's what I'm saying, Kaysen. Like, your ears, I know people that have been in music for 20 years and they don't know how to make a song. You know what I mean? Like, I know people that are classically trained, that know music theory, but they don't know how to make like a good record. They just don't know what people like. You know what I mean? They don't have the taste. You know what I mean? And so for me, it's like, if you're starting from there, I have good taste. I know that these things fit together, even if no one's really told me that they have. I just know that they'll work together. That is powerful because you can always get better stuff. You can always get a better DAW. You could always dive into Ableton a year from now. You could always get some dope sequencers and synths and stuff like that. You can always do all that. Like, I didn't have most of this stuff for a long time. Some of it I had for a long time, and there's things that I bought and I sold and I traded and stuff like that. But like, there's like things that I did everything that I possibly could with what I had. And then when it came time that someone was like, okay, I want to pay you for something, I need the gear to do it, I started upgrading and building out some of the stuff that I have now in my studio here. But like, man, the fact that you're doing this with limitations, the fact that you're doing this on Soundtrap, which is a free DAW from Spotify, like the fact that you're doing all this within a month and a half, you've done music before, but really just producing for a month and a half is insane. So you got the ear, you got the intuition. Now it's just putting in the reps, man. Now it's just do it 1,000 times. That's all it is. All it is, man. You got it. Not even a question. All right, let's go. Gabriel, hop in the chat. This is Forget You by Gabriel. Hop in the chat. Let me know where you're at. I want to make sure that you're here. I've seen your name in the likes, so I know you're here. Perfect. Let's get it. All right. This is called, is it Forget You song, or is it just Forget You and it's a song? Just so I know the file name versus a song. Get the details in the chat. Talk to me about production. Talk to me about mix. All of those details. I know this is a very early mix. This is not, it's very unmixed. It's very early. Just forget. Okay, perfect. Just Forget You. All right. Let's get it, man. This is Forget You by Gabriel. Any details you have, drop it in the chat.
Oh, lately I've been thinking about you. I know that I'm
Perfect.
not supposed to. It's a rule that I set with myself, but now you only in my brain. I feel about me going insane. If only there's another way for me to forget. Lately I've been thinking about you. I know that I'm not supposed to. It's a rule that I set with myself, but now you only in my brain. Going insane. If only there's another way for me to forget. You have me running and jumping through hoops now. Gun in my chest, didn't know you were shooting. Now you smile, have me flying over the moon, but now I can't get over you. I thought I could make it through.
Who produced it?
In my mind you made a room, and the rent is overdue. Oh, now I'm falling. Temptation got me calling, just waiting for a problem. Nothing good ever comes from you.
Hell yeah. Another really interesting sound design. The last two songs have been interesting. It's another producer day. Hey, sounds good, man. Yeah, I will later. I appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow as well.
donuts. I appreciate you, man. I wish I had a real one right now. Tizzle Creations is great. I love it, man. I appreciate you. Yo, give it up one time for Gabriel, man. Give it up one time. Again, another like interesting, different song structure, unique sound design. For me, man, I like a lot of the details are what are happening here. What I think will kind of make or break this production structure is how you choose what you amplify. As simple as that, gain staging. Kind of step one, right? Like step one of this is like, where are the vocals in the mix? Is this ukulele too quiet? Is this bell that I bring in 5 dB too loud? Does it need to be a background element or a prominent element? Are the drums carrying the rhythm? Is the bass loud enough? Like, it's just like gain staging, step one, amplitude stuff that I'm kind of looking at here. Because like most of what I'm hearing, like the things that you have in the mix, what's up, Olive? The things that you have in the mix, I like them. I don't really mind what you're doing on the production side. I think what will give you clarity and like vision for this record is just making sure that you kind of pull everything back and then start to slide some things forward that you know you want prominent, in the mix. Excuse me. That'd be what I would do is I would like pull a bunch of stuff back and then get like the drums and the bass and the vocal exactly where you want them. The ukulele kind of drives the structure of the song. So push that forward and position it where you want to, and then start to bring up these other elements. It's kind of like the way that I go about mixing a lot of acoustic instruments. Like if I'm miking drums and I'm doing like acoustic tracking and stuff like that, like when I'm miking drums, it's like 6 to 8 inputs, right? There's a lot of stuff. And I'll usually like I'll start with like kick and then snare and then the other shell instruments and then bring in the overheads and then bring in a room and stuff like that. And I kind of just start to swell out this production. I recorded the beat this weekend and the lyrics yesterday. Still need to go through and do levels. That to me will give you the most vision for where the song can go. Because what's there, I don't mind it. It's got some cool lyrics. It's got some cool melody structure, some unique sound design. Once you just kind of put things where they need to go, I think you're going to be in a good spot, man. This is Forget You by Gabriel. Let's dive into it. Y'all show some love. We're getting ready to close it up here in a minute. Let's run it back. Let's get into it. Like that's a great lyric right there. I already like it. Like that like I've been thinking about you. I know I'm not supposed to. I know I'm not supposed to. That's a rule I set for myself. That's a good lyric. Boom, gold. Like that as a hook is like, that's engaging. That's relatable. Like that to me is like that's like a really well-structured hook. Like lately I've been thinking about you. I know I'm not supposed to because that's a rule I set for myself. Like that's a good lyric. That is like a well-structured lyric, man. Props to you. I don't always come across like really like intentional, well-structured lyrics like that. That's nice. That's like a cool introductory lyric to the hook.
Oh, lately I've been thinking about you. I know that I'm not supposed to. It's a rule that I set with myself. But now you won't leave my brain. I feel I might be going insane. If only there's another way for me to forget. Lately I've been thinking about you. I know that I'm not supposed to. It's a rule that I set with myself. And now you won't leave my brain. Going insane. If only there's another way for me.
So yeah, like be aware, again, you have to dig into the mixing already, so I don't want to speak too much to that, but be aware of like the interaction between like the drums and the bass. Right now, like the bass is a little muddy, the drums could come forward and be a little bit more open. Be kind of aware of how because I know you already just tracked this just like this last weekend and some of the vocals yesterday and stuff like that. So just to be aware how things are interacting, right? Just be aware where things are going to get muddy, where things are going to get like really between like the synths and the arpeggiator and the like the picking of the ukulele and stuff, or like the strumming patterns of the ukulele and stuff like that. Be aware, again, it's mainly something to look forward to, like more than like correct things because they're already going to be corrected. I don't want to be like, fix this in the mix. It's already going to be fixed in the mix. You just need to kind of get to that part, right? I just want to like draw your attention to things so that you know what to kind of dive into. Just be aware of how a lot of busy elements can start to stack up and sound noisy and take away from the vocal, right? So if you've got a quick strumming pattern on the ukulele, you've got 2 different arpeggiators and a synth, you've got drums with toms that are moving quickly, plus a busy vocal pattern, it can start to sound noisy. So be aware of how you need to push some things forward to establish melody and rhythm and pull some things back in order to create space and depth and stuff like that. Because if it's all forefront, then it'll sound busy and noisy really quickly, which like right now it kind of does just because you haven't mixed it yet, which is fine. But once you get here, just draw your attention in that direction. See like, okay, maybe I need drums, bass, and ukulele forward. I'm going to pull the
arpeggiator back and pan it to the right so that it kind of sits in its own lane. It's a little bit more subtle. It's more ambiance, but it's not necessarily driving the song. I'm going to let the ukulele and the bass do most of that work, stuff like that. Just be aware of how these things are going to be positioned. That to me will kind of make or break this mix structure. If it's all forward, then it'll definitely sound busy. Like, this is a cool song. I like it, man. It's unique. I can see this in a movie. I can see it in a show. Like, it's got a unique sound to it. Of course, will be balanced as you get a little bit deeper into the structure of this. But there's some unique elements that I think could be really powerful for you. If they're polished just enough to make it palatable by people, I think the uniqueness of the song structure will be really endearing to people. I would dig into it. Make sure these things shine. If it's noisy, that'll be harder, right? If it's too busy, it'll be harder. But there's some like endearing qualities to the song. The lyrics, the way your vocal structure is done is it sounds cool, man. I like it. What's up, Stan? Appreciate you hopping in. Like right here. Dun, 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 dun. There's like a ukulele picking pattern that's over the strumming on the right. That probably would come down 5 dB, like way in the background, pushed out to the outside. You know what I mean? I would pull some of those elements, those smaller elements in the mix, pull them back just a little bit. That way your vocal can really, and then get that vocal drums and stuff like that forward in the mix. Whenever you dive there. Yeah. Easy. These are not like, you need to re-record all these vocals. Easy fix. Easy fix. Because like what I hear here, beautiful. It's just going to come down to, can you build around this in a way that's not noisy? Foundation being vocals, ukulele, and drums to me. That's kind of the heart of the song. Build around it tastefully so that you can still hear everything and distinguish it. It's not noisy and busy, unless it's like a anxious feeling you want to give people, which could be a part of it too. But build around like those layers. The main ukulele rhythm structure, the drums, and the vocals. Same thing here. I don't mind the sound design that's there. It's unique. It's got a lot of attention to it that I really don't mind. But since some things probably need to be filtered, right? There's probably like 3 different synths and arpeggios in there that have a lot of low-end information, even if they're like kind of in the middle of the key. They have some low-end information, so you might just need to take one and high pass it at 200 hertz, take another one, carve out like 80, reduce some of the mids to let another one shine. I like everything that I'm hearing. There's some tension to it. There's some like kind of dissonance tuning that's happening that is cool. It's got a cool tension to it. Just make sure they have their own space, right? If it's all muddy, then if they all carry kind of a similar frequency profile, it'll get muddy. It'll get kind of just boomy when this stuff happens. But if you can clean up 2 or 3 out of the 4 to leave space for them each to kind of shine in the mix, then you have some really interesting sound design and you can distinguish each one of them without them getting muddy. That's definitely what I look for. What's up, Matt? Appreciate you hopping in. Same thing right there with that kind of a pluck on the outside there. Easy fixes. That stuff like that you can easily push to the back.
Lately, I've been thinking about you. I know that I'm not supposed to. It's a rule that I set with myself. But now you won't leave my brain. I feel like I'll be going insane. If only there's another way for me to forget you.
I like the saturated vocal in the background. Little things like that. Are you actually playing the uke? Let's go, man. Yeah, I like this a lot. It's interesting. Show some love, man. That is Gabriel right here in the chat. Gabriel in the chat. I love it, dude. Yeah, you're talented, man. I like what you do musically. It's different. Like, I can really feel and hear your creativity in the song structure. Like, it's interesting. It's different. I think it's all going to come down to positioning and levels. If there's muddy things that are too hot, then they're going to take over. If they're tucked in the background and thinned out a little bit and positioned well, they'll add tension, and that can be good, right? Having some dissonance and some tuning stuff and some like chorusing and whatever, things like that, and even some mud, I don't mind it as long as it's like positioned in a way that adds character and texture to the song. It doesn't take over the entire mix and stuff like that. So I'm excited for you to dig into the mix because I think the structure of this is really, really cool. It's all going to come down to like your vision for the record, and can you execute that in the production and execute that in the mix in a way that is cohesive and nice and open and clean in the ways that you want. I mean, dirty where you want it to be, but clean and open and well established. Y'all give it up one time for Gabriel, man. It's a cool song though. I don't mind the structure one bit. I do not mind the structure one bit. Y'all give it up one time for Gabriel right here in the chat. This song is called Forget You. It's vibey. It's vibey, man. I like it. All right, y'all. It looks like we're probably down to our last two or so here. In fact, I just got time for 2. So if someone skips, someone skips. Right now it's 20 to get up on the board. But these are our last 2. Right now that is Senko and Testament. If anyone wants to skip, go to my profile, go to the link, click on Track Talk and get yourself up on the board. Just a quick reminder, we will be live every single day on Twitch and YouTube. In fact, we are live right now on Twitch and YouTube. You can find the links to both of those streams or those profiles really at the link in my bio as well. So make sure you go follow on Twitch. Make sure that you go subscribe to the YouTube channel, all of that good stuff, so you can tap in, be a part of what we do over there. We'll be adding, and of course, yeah, right here on TikTok as well. This isn't going anywhere for now. So in the meantime, we're going to be live on a couple different platforms. We will be also like adding more stuff to those other stream profiles. So I'm already going to start working on adding in some other angles and layers and being able to show my screen over there. So when we're talking about production, we're talking about mixing, we're talking about different things here in the studio, I can literally show you exactly what we're doing. So definitely tap in on Twitch. Definitely make sure that you tap in on this stuff. We got all the info there for services that we offer. If y'all are looking for productions and mixes, if you're looking for one-on-one consultations for the structure of your music, if you're looking for a session musician for your productions, things like that, all of that is listed at our link as well. You can see our services. Of course, reach out anytime if you're interested in working with us at any point. But let's keep it going. We're going to run out these last couple songs. Actually, I need to use the restroom. Give me a second, and then we'll run out the last 2. Last 2 songs, once again, if you want to skip and you want to put yourself at the top, it would be 20 to go on. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Sounds good, Senko. Give me a minute. I'm going to use the restroom, and then we'll close up these last few here in a second. So give me a minute, and then we'll do the last 2. I appreciate y'all so much.
All my winter nights are getting colder. Used to want the snow, but now I'm praying that it's over. Move next to the fire to get warmer. If it feels so good, I'm gonna shrink back to my corner. Do I think that I deserve to shiver? Do I deserve to swim against this river? Do I hold myself to an impossible standard? Am I even worth standing for? Am I even worth standing for? Why does it feel darker when the sun's out? I would rather draw the shades and sleep away my trauma. It never works, but I'll keep trying. I'm okay, fuck that, I'm lying. Scared a little bit more of dying. I might laugh to keep from crying. Oh, do I think that I deserve this prison? Do I deserve the fucked up shit I'm given? Why'd you place on me this impossible standard? I don't think I can stand anymore. Am I even worth standing for? Am I even worth standing for? Even we're standing for. Looking for the light up there is so exhausting. I searched everywhere and still came up with nothing. Where's my fucking angel with the halo? I I've been carrying your payload, much too heavy for me. I know I might say that I'm okay, but there's no way that I am with this weight that I shoulder. I can't stand, so I fall over. Am I even standing for?
No matter if the world is falling down, if the world is falling, if the world is falling down.
Yeah. All right. All right, give me a second, y'all. And we are... Elijah Love's in the building. What's up, Elijah? How you feeling today? All right, give me a sec. Let's go, Caddy. I love it. I love it. Elijah Love, how you feeling today, man? All right, give me one sec. If the world is falling down, if the world is falling, yeah. Okay, one sec, y'all. Back in the room, someone said it's on the black in the mood. So give me a big headed sound with a truth. I'm not on myself. It takes me to prove. 2 seconds, 1 minute. That's kind of nice, actually. I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's kind of nice. All right, y'all. 1, memento, and then we'll dive into these last 2. Okay. All right. Senko, hop in the chat. Let me know that you hear y'all. Last 2. If you want to skip, you can. If you want to skip, you can. It would be 20 to get on the board. But these are our last 2 songs. If you do want to submit, go to my profile or website. 2 songs and then we're out. All right. There's Senko. Let's get into it. This is Neptune Blue, and I stopped for a good while on this, but I'm back to it. So decided to make a long song longer. Let's go. I like it. I will figure out little complementing parts, but I think I finally have structure. I'm still working on some lyric adjustments that need to be sung and some background and ad-libs to add, but I think you can see my rough draft. I'm going to add some movement in the track, but haven't decided how. Song is a little vibe, so I did not mind the length. Perfect. This was written for my friend. Perfect. All right, this is Neptune Blue. I'm excited, man. Got you. We're almost there, Testament. Hopefully you're the last one here. Let's run it. This one should be a little bit quicker, Derek said. We got back-to-back Derek's in the chat. Let's go.
Which planet's yours? Where do you belong? I see you're packing up your spaceship on your own. Can I help you find your way out through the galaxy?
Beautiful.
What makes you feel at home? I know
like those
it's
drums.
lonely drifting out here on your own.
help you find a way out through the galaxy? If you want to. Can I help you find a way out of your head? You'll be okay, my love. You're a shooting star, like how you glow,
Beautiful.
my love.
Huh.
Know that I could use someone like you.
Thank you, Wubsy. Appreciate you, man.
Know that I can love someone like you. You're my shooting star, just hanging on like you do. Know that I can use someone like you. Know that I can love someone like you. My Neptune blue.
This is beautiful, Senko.
Which planet's yours?
Love the warmth,
How
man.
many
Beautiful.
moons? Let's find a warmer place, a warmer point of view.
Yeah.
Can I help you find your way out through the galaxy?
These melodies are like gorgeous. The melodies are something, man.
Can I help you leave the things that pull you down? You'll be okay, my love. You're my shooting star, look how you glow, my love.
It almost has like a Birds of a Feather vibe to it a little bit. Maybe just that
Know
melody.
that I could use someone like you.
Or wait, is that the song I'm thinking of?
Know that I could
be a
love
different song.
someone like you.
With that melody. What's up, Cayman?
You're my shooting star, just hanging on like you do.
That might be the wrong song, but it's that
Know
idea.
that I could use someone
That
like
consistent,
you.
repetitive melody. Yeah.
Know that I could love someone like you. You're my shooting star, just hanging on. My love, on your way out to the galaxy.
Maybe, yeah, maybe we can close with the
Know that I
giveaway.
could use someone like you. Know that I could love someone like you. You're my shooting star, just hanging on. Find your way out like you got.
Almost like an old Coldplay feel to it. I like it a lot. There's some really cool tones in this, man.
Know that I can love someone like you. My Neptune blue. Like you, I see someone like you.
This is gorgeous, man. Yo, show some love. The fact this is so early too, man. It's early on. It's still got to get mixed. It's still got some lyrics that are going to be adjusted, some elements that are going to be added. This still has a ways to go in the way that it's formatted and structured. And man, it sounds absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous, man. This voice is just amazing, man. So good. I think it works beautifully. Yeah, I mean, only thing that's starting to like that I feel like could really add some texture to it would be how you subtly and strategically add dynamic range without taking away this beautiful organic feel. That's the trick, right? That's a trick with like an intimate song like this. It's like, how do I add layers to the vocal without it becoming a pop anthem? How do I add some synthesis and some tension to it without it getting too hyped? That little sweet spot, I think, is the aim of this song. For me, I think it would be cool on like some of the bigger hooks to add like a pulsing bass that maybe just has like either like some light pumping and chaining and stuff like that. Just woo, woo, Not even necessarily like full, like full Moog, dum 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 dum. You know what I mean? But this really like just like little movements like that over the acoustic drums that you have, I think would give it this like flow and this swing and this movement. That's like one idea that kind of popped into my head. And then maybe one other kind of arpeggiated texture that's either kind of acoustic feeling or like a plucked synth that just gives it some movement, gives it a little bit of life, because the lyrics are doing what they need to do. The drums and the bass are beautiful. Most of the textures and strings and openness that I hear are just gorgeous. They sound absolutely wonderful, man. So that's what I think could add some movement and some life to this. But man, let's run it from the top. Let's dig into some of the details. We'll skim through it a little bit quicker because this is still just has some new stuff that needs to go into it. But let's dive in. I already love the direction. Melodies are beautiful. Do you happen to know the BPM? Do you happen to know the BPM?
Planet's yours. Where do you belong? I see you're packing up your spaceship on your own.
No worries.
Can I help you find your way out through the galaxy?
Let's go. Y'all are going crazy. I appreciate y'all. If you have it close to you, check, because I can kind of show you what I'm imagining. If you have it close to you to some extent, check. If not, no worries. I'll pull something up just in case.
Makes you feel at home. I know it's lonely drifting out here on your own. Can I help you find a way out through the galaxy? If you want to. Can I help
87.
you find a way out of your head? You'll be okay,
Try it.
my love. You shooting star, like how you glow, my love. Know that I could use someone like you.
That sounds about right. What's up, Colt?
Know that I could love someone like you.
All right, I'm gonna keep that going.
You're my shooting star, just hanging on like you do. Know that I could use someone like you. Know that I could love someone like you. My Neptune blue.
Subtle.
Which planet's yours? How many moons? Let's find a warmer place, a warmer point of view. Can I help you find your way out through the galaxy?
Little bit of texture there.
Can I help you leave the things that pull you down? You'll be
Obviously not going to be
okay,
exactly,
my
but it's
love.
this feel. Come in here.
You're my shooting star, look how you glow, my love.
A little more subtle, maybe.
Know that I could use someone like you. Know that I could love someone like you. You're my shooting star, just hanging
A
on
little bit of movement.
like you do. Know that I could use someone like you. Know that I could love someone like you.
And then, and you already have the pad there. Like I hear it in there already. You could kind of just add the same effect there. I don't really need this because we're about to close it up. Because if you also had this, let me see. Let me turn on the Juno real quick, just so my brain can make sense of it. If you did here, that's low. So here, if you almost have this, let's go. I don't want the. We're just gonna go here. So okay, let me see. Like a little melody that carries. Shooting star. Something that kind of floats over. Your shooting star. Let me play over the track on like this last hook here once it kind of comes back in. And let me turn down the Juno.
Know that I could love someone like you. You're my shooting star, just hanging on like you do. Know that I could use someone like you. Know that I could love someone like you. You're my shooting star, just hanging on.
It's like that little bit of extra dancing. Yeah. I would probably even pull that back, honestly, like another 2 seconds. Pull it way back. Yeah, pull it into the background. And then
my love, know that I could use someone like you.
bringing the pulsing, the kind of rolling bass.
You're my shooting star, just hanging on like you do. Know that I could use someone like you. Know that I could love someone like you. You're my shooting star, just hanging on. You're my love.
Just that little bit of texture, just like that little bit of texture. Anyways, let me get into kind of the outro of the song. I'm really on the only thing. If someone have an intended version of a synth, so I can bite it. Need to eat how a synth sounds so bad. I don't know what that would be, but someone's got to. We need like the Willy Wonka to make something like that. So I would morph this into a slightly different bass texture. Slightly, probably more plucked, more reverb, less mid forward, probably for like the synth. A little bit more plucked when it comes to the way that it's balanced. DT's on. I haven't even looked up DT's over on Twitch, man. Shout out to DT. Appreciate you hopping in, man. I just looked up at the screen. I haven't been up there this while. I'm still getting used to looking at another screen and seeing other things happening. Appreciate you being up there, bro. But having that little bit of texture. that little bit of texture, regardless of the sound design. To me, I think a little more plucky, a little thinner, less mid forward, and then like a softer bass that just warms up the mix, and then that pluck that makes the movement feel like it increases over the song. Going crazy. Is the delay crazy? When I was on OBS, the delay was pretty wild between the different platforms. So I don't know if it's like, if you're on both, if it's like 12 seconds between between the two. Going crazy, man. I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate the little bit of exposure, man. Wait, what, wrong button? What am I hitting? When I switch out of Pro Tools, I gotta stop cheering. All right, let me run out the end of this. Okay, five's not bad. Five's not bad. That's not too crazy. I know on YouTube it was really bad. Earlier it was like 16 seconds going from OBS to YouTube, which is, I mean, it just happens. It's just what happens. But even in low latency modes, it's still a bit of a delay. But it's also, I'm just like yeah, you'll hear you'll hear me like on here, and then you'll hear me on Twitch, and then you'll hear me on YouTube like 4 seconds in between each one. It would drive me nuts. Yeah, that's crazy.
Know that I could love someone like you. You're my shooting star, just hanging on to find your way out like you got.
You're good. You're good. This is beautiful, man.
Know that I could use someone like.
And I really don't mind. I'm going to close out the last 30 seconds here. I really don't mind the length of the song as long as there is dynamic range, right? That's going to be the trick. And you already know that. You're already kind of saying that based on what you're telling me. But that's going to be the trick. I don't mind a long song. There's songs that I truly enjoy that are 5 minutes long, 6 minutes long. One that I always say is like History by 070 Shake. History by 070 Shake's like 5 minutes long, late 4 minutes, 5 minutes long. It's a long song, but it's incredibly moving. It's incredibly dynamic. I love it. Songs like that, I don't even like Bohemian Rhapsody or something. You know, there's long songs. As long as they're like dynamic and they grab you and they're emotional, there's something about it that keeps you going in those 5 minutes, you'll be good to go. I like the dramatic dynamic range. So when you pull it all the way down to just a raw vocal with the piano, gorgeous, beautiful. That dynamic range is crazy. But then swell it up to the rolling bass with the pluck and an additional string layer to make it even more emotional and dynamic. That's going to be the name of the game for a song like this, just because I don't mind it being long, but you do have to maintain interest in stuff like that. That to me, I think is going to be really important because the song's beautiful, gorgeous. I love the vocals. I love everything that I'm hearing. My like warning to myself when I make a long song, and it would be the same to you, is like, it can be beautiful and then people won't even experience the beauty if it doesn't continue to grab them a little bit. I like driving up the coast. So this is, yes, dude, I love it, dude. It's such an easy listen. It's warm, it's inviting, and it still needs to be processed. It still needs to be mixed and balanced and re-recorded some things. Like it already sounds so warm and so inviting to listen to. Cannot wait for it to be done. It's going to be a great record for you. Let's close it out. Testament, let me know if you're still awake. Let me know if you're still here hanging on. But I love the dynamic range. Let's go, Testament. I could also hear a this is just an idea. You don't have to take this, but I could also hear a vocoder under the vocal. And you're a shooting star. If there was a vocoder underneath, like I hear it like here. I hear it like here. Let me see.
Shooting stars.
Like right here. So here's what I think would be so interesting. If you go right into this pocket right here, cut all of the energy away, and you have still maybe the octave up. Shooting star, where'd you go? And you still have that vocal over the top, but underneath it is a vocoder, just tight harmony structure right underneath it with a bunch of reverb on it and chorus. Like this really like ethereal layer underneath that vocal structure that I think would make it sound so like, I don't know, so ethereal and so interesting to listen to. And then you could pull some of that layering back down if you want to, going into your hooks and stuff. But it would be really interesting to have like a light subtle vocoder underneath the vocal on these like intimate moments. I just think they'll be super. I don't think it's something I would do on the whole song. I think it's something I would only do on these really intimate moments. Just again, even if it's not like, even if it's not the whole song, even just the changes in sound design, right? Even just like you do a vocoder on one hook and then you take it away from the other ones. You add the bass and then you take it away. You just do the synth on the last hook. Even if the song doesn't get massive and dynamic, just the little changes of texture throughout the whole structure of the song to me can make it interesting enough to vie for my attention for a 5.5 minute song, right? 5 to 5.5 minute song. Those little changes to me, I think, could be beautiful. Just add a vocoder, then take it away. It's just taste. It's just little spices here and there to make the song interesting over the course of it. That to me could add a lot of really cool texture. It doesn't have to be a vocoder, but that could add a lot of really cool texture that I think could work really, really well. I love the one. I don't use it very often. I'm working on a song now that I want to use a vocoder on. But it's dude, I'd love to. Shoot me a message. Shoot me a message on Instagram. Rubba, is that the Rubba Tree Studios? Shoot me a message on Instagram. We can work something out. But Antares has one. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Antares has one. They have a vocoder over there that works really well. You can also pipe it through MIDI and give it some different sound design and just establish some MIDI and then track your vocals over it, or just pipe any other instrument through it. It's really nice. I've used it a couple times. I just haven't put it on a lot of songs. But it works really well, and it's pretty fire. Something like that could be really interesting. All right, let me close it out. I'm gonna lose my voice. Thank you for the follow, Rubba. I appreciate it so much. I would love to do a synth solo. It'd be fire. Let's go, man. Y'all give it up one time for the legend, Derek Senna, touring reggae rock band. I love that. That's killer. That's absolutely killer. Yeah, that'll be super fun. We can work out some details. We can, talk through obviously exactly what it is that you're looking for and what you need, the kind of format that you want everything and things like that. Of course, the sound, the sound that you want to get. But I've got them all here. They're there waiting, ready to go. Juno, I've got 9 synths in here, I think. Ready to go, right at your disposal. So yeah. Shoot me a message and we'll connect and we'll get it working. That'd be super fire. Need the lava. Yeah, I got you. I got 8 or 9 cents in here that will do the trick. Show some love, man. That is Neptune Blue. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun project. Neptune Blue by Derek Senna. Gorgeous song. I think I've heard a very early version of the song. It's an absolutely beautiful record, man. Cannot wait for you to push it forward. It's incredible. All right, we're going to close it out with Derek Bennett in the building. Let's get it. Let's run out this last track here. I've got to get home. I'm losing my voice. I need to eat. I have not eaten in like 7 hours, so I got to get some food. This is another unfinished rap song. No production yet. Just got the vocalist on the track so far. Let's dig into it. Let me know the details. Jay, appreciate you hopping in. For those of you hopping in too, no, Rubber, we're closed up. No mix yet either. Yeah, we're closed up. Tap in tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow as well. But we are closed up for today. Just a quick reminder to make sure that you're following here on TikTok, of course. Make sure that you're following over on Twitch and YouTube, which we are live on right now as well. We're going to start building up those platforms as well, doing some fun stuff. So make sure that you are following on all the different platforms. And then we'll be back on live tomorrow. If you were wanting to get do like the full consultations and stuff like that, open up the lines again. We'll be back on tomorrow. I'm not positive on time. Libby and I are working on a whole bunch of stuff, so I'll update the group and stuff like that, and probably post to my socials when I'm about to go live tomorrow. So just make sure you're following, stay tuned, some of that good stuff. We'll do a giveaway. We'll do a quick let's do like a 5-credit giveaway at the end of the live just to close it out. That sounds good, Caddy. I appreciate that. All right, this is a very unfinished. This isn't fully produced. This isn't mixed or anything like that. This is an early rap song from Testament. Any other, the deal, Testament. Any other deals you got, drop them in the chat. This is an early demo. Let's dive in. Whose vocal is that?
In this game of life, you gotta stay focused. You gotta stay 10 toes down on your feet.
Hey, love y'all so much, man. Y'all have been amazing. Let's go. I love you doing more of your own vocal samples. Hey.
World's got mad, but I'm standing on truth. Christ is my rock, got nothing to lose. Faith on fire, can't be moved by the lies. I'm repping my savior to the day that I die. This world's got mad, but the king's coming back. Stay ready, stay focused, keep walking the path. Yeah. Hey, this world's got mad, but I'm standing on truth. Christ is my rock, got nothing to lose. They selling their sin like a sheep on a shelf. Worshipping idols, only thinking of self. Politicians speak, but they just for the wealth. Meanwhile, this earth here's cry for help.
Do you mainly want to talk production? Is that kind of what you're looking for mainly? Just so I kind of know where to focus, because I know it's going to get mixed. Okay. Excuse me. Allergies, man. Okay, cool. Just so I kind of know where to focus. Yeah.
rise and deceiving the weak. Living for the moment, not the word we seek. Don't get caught up in the lies they feed. Kingdoms fall, his love remains. Morning and night, I praise his name. Light in the darkness, breaking the chains. Christ the Redeemer, forever he reigns. Turn to the Savior, he's all you need. Yeah, this world will fade, but his words the blade. The truth, your shield, and his image you have made. This world's got mad, man, it's falling apart. But I'm holding on tight to his love in my heart. Christ is the answer, the light in the way. Christ is the answer, the light in the way. Keep on singing and praising his name every day.
Though the world is so foreign and pain is all we see, we'll rise above, we'll be set free, bringing hope to the hopeless in a broken world, shining bright for all to see.
Let's go. Y'all give it up for Testament. Let's go. Give it up for Testament worship. This is World Gone Mad. Let's dive into it. Let's run it back straight from the top. Same thing as last time. Just be careful with the bass drops. Those are probably 3 or 4 dB hot, just as far as like the balance. And that the reason why I mentioned, even though I know you still need to go into your mix and stuff like that, is because it will affect how you mix. It'll if you have, this is why even when people say I'm just talking about production, I don't really need the mix, it's just unmixed, don't worry about it, is because sometimes where things sit in the mix early on affect what you think you need in your production, right? So if the bass is crazy big and boomy, you might not have any kick in the mix. You might completely leave out the low pads and make some things feel really empty. Or if the kick is non-existent and then you pull those bass drops down later, there might be like no warmth in the mix, right? So even though I know we're not going to talk too deep about the mix, I'll still bring it up just because it might affect the way you go about adding elements to the mix based on what you think it might need sound design wise, right? So I would just pull those bass drops way down, get a nice punchy kick in there to complement the snare that you have. It's a very like early 808 style, like roll into 808 style drums. So I like, I mean, I have the plugins for them. I love them. They're really, really cool. So just be careful of those drops so that it doesn't impact how you bring in pads and 808s and stuff like that. All right, let's get into it, man. I like this. I like the structure of this a lot. Let's get into it. I think the big trick for you is going to be sound design choice, sample choice, sound design choice. Like not only that there are strings, there is piano, there are vocals, there's whatever, but which strings, which piano, which octave, which vote, you know what I mean? Like exactly what sound you choose, I think in this song is going to make it so powerful. I like it. I love that high vocal there, man. And the fact that you did that sample yourself is killer. I love making my own vocal samples, so props to you, man. I like it a lot.
Yes. Come on. Hey.
World's got mad, but I'm standing on truth. Christ is my rock, got nothing to lose. Faith on fire, can't be moved by the lies. I'm repping my savior to the day that I die. This world's got mad, but the king's coming back. Stay ready, stay focused, keep walking the path. Yeah. Hey, this world's got mad, but I'm standing on truth. Christ is my rock, got nothing to lose. They selling that sin like a sheep on a
Okay, so on the production structure, Justin, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you so much. So here's what I'm thinking on the piano side. Again, I think your specific choices of sound design will really help determine how impactful this mix feels and how impactful the production feels. In my opinion, I would go a little bit brighter, sharper, more transient, like a bit more high attack on the piano. And probably the same with the strings. And then, of course, you can turn them down. You can back them off. You can change a lot of the different sound design elements that you have here. But I would still have a little bit, that little bit of attack, that little bit of energy. The difference between that texture. Yo, Clayton, what's up, man? That little, I would even probably go. But it's a lot more transient. It's a lot sharper compared to like what's in here.
Stay focused, keep walking the path. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? How you feeling, man? Congrats on your release, man, and congrats on your the event that you threw, man. Clayton, you're doing some crazy stuff, man. That looked amazing, man. Congrats. That's beautiful.
But I'm standing on truth. Christ is my rock.
So you hear how much, like, so the difference for me is between kind of like something like this. So I'm just using the free piano on Pro Tools just because I wanted to give it to use the bass piano. So yeah, I'll do kind of the same so you can kind of hear the difference in texture. It's kind of the even maybe softer, like almost like, where is it at? It's a little bit softer than like, you hear the difference in attack? That texture, that emphasis right there to me is where it's all at. It's where it's all at. So that I would just, again, sound design choices to me are going to make a huge difference. And let me make sure that I got this all moved out here. Let me close this up. I do forget that I need to still put closed on these so people don't send in. Boom. All right, let me get a little bit further into it.
Got nothing to lose. They selling their sin like a sheep on a shelf. Worshiping idols, only thinking of self. Politicians speak, but they just for the wealth. Meanwhile, this earth here's cry for help. Christ is my rock. I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose.
Though the world is so foreign and pain is all we see.
It would be cool. So this is kind of your hook, right?
Praising his name every day.
Though the world is
It would be really cool to do a progression change there down to the E. So once the vocal hits here, as soon as you go, let me see. So just moving to like the E and then like walking it back up to me is like a really really simple change in the progression that distinguishes your hook from the verses too. And that's like the easiest MIDI fix in the world. Just change the bass, change the piano, and what other, the strings, the elements that follow it. You don't have to do that progression, but I do think it could use that change because what's cool is once you end the progression of the hook, going back into just the bass that's just with like a heavy 808 and the bass drops and stuff like that. When you move back to that strict, just like G sharp minor right there, it has so much more impact and the bass just feels so much heavier because it doesn't have the relief from it. The hook, the lead vocal comes in, it's beautiful. You can give it like a little bit of release from the tension, but when you go back to the verse, you want all the tension. You hang on the G sharp minor, the bass is heavy, the drums are punchy, all that good stuff.
world is so foreign and pain is all we see. We'll rise up.
I love the sample, dude. Sample's killer.
We'll be set free. Bring it home to the hopeless in a broken world. Shining bright for all to see.
False prophets rise to deceive the weak. Living for the moment, not the
I love
world
it.
we
It's
seek.
killer.
Don't get caught up in the lies they feed. Kingdoms fall, his love remains. Morning and night, I'll praise his name. Light in the darkness, breaking the chains. Christ the Redeemer, forever he reigns. Turn to the Savior, he's all you need. Yeah, this world will fade, but his word's the blade. The truth, your shield, and his image you have made. This world's gone mad, man, it's falling apart. But I'm holding on tight to his love in my heart. Christ is the answer, the light in the way. Christ is the answer, the light in the way. Keep on singing and praising his name every day.
And then let me see, let me come over here real quick. I'm going to take out this bass. I want to go strings real quick. What do I want for maybe the lab? Honestly, even the labs. Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing, Twitch? I need to stop doing thumbs up. All right, we're back. We're back. No more thumbs up. Y'all don't get any more thumbs up on Twitch. should be good. Goodness gracious. All right, let me run this here real quick. What does it think I'm doing thumbs up for? Just me lifting my hands? I don't know what's happening. All right. I'm like, I don't think I'm doing a lot of thumbs up. Oh, I need to change that. I think that's just a setting in Apple. I don't know what's going on Twitch. Twitch is its own animal. All right, let's Yeah. I'm sure it's like, because I know it happens on FaceTime and stuff like that. Did I do a thumbs up? Dang. All right. So here's Short, the ensemble. Let me get that here. Yeah. That's nice and sharp. Let's push the amplitude up. Come on. That's what I'm looking for. Sharp, tight. Let me tighten it up. This like energy over a little bit of a harder percussion with the sharper piano. So if the piano's a little bit sharper.
Don't get caught up in the lies they feed. Kingdoms fall, his love remains. Morning and night, I praise his name. Light in the darkness, breaking the chains. Christ the Redeemer, forever he reigns. Certain and Savior, he's all you need. Yeah, this world will fade, but his word's a blade. The truth's your shield and his image you have made. This world's got mad, man, it's falling apart. But I'm holding on tight to his love in my heart. Christ is the answer, the light in the way.
You have like a little bit more tension, right? So if you like, so here's what I imagine. I like all of the ideas that you have in there. Okay, so I like this. Nothing wrong with that. I like the piano doing it. I like the strings filling in the background. I like this consistent beat structure. I like all the things that you're doing. All the things structurally that you're doing there sound really, really cool. I think sharpening your sound design, so the piano is sharper, the piano is a bit more transient, it has more energy behind it, it's got great texture and great clarity. Yes, exactly. You get a sharp transient piano, you get a string with a bit more attack. That little bit of energy, and then on the drum side, I would err on cinematic. On the drum side, I would err on a little bit more of an open feel. You can still have like a really hard-hitting 808, a saturated 808 with a trap drum and stuff like that. Oh no, sorry, man, I had my board out of the way. Yeah. Did you just send in? I haven't seen. Hold on, I need to see my notifications. Did you just send in? No. Clayton, I'll be on tomorrow. Will you be around tomorrow at all? I'll be on tomorrow for a long time. I'll be on tomorrow for a minute. Okay. Yeah, I just saw yours come in. Perfect. Yeah. I got you. Let me save yours for tomorrow, man. Give me 2 seconds. Let me save yours for tomorrow, or anytime you have anytime you have a chance to come in. Let me save that for you. I got your demo too. I got your back-to-back there. Let me save that on my list really quick, and then you can just enjoy the function, baby. Enjoy the function. Let me double check this here. Boom. Let me see. Tomorrow, it'll probably be early afternoon. I would assume early afternoon. I'm central time. Let's say between 12 and 2-ish or something. I'll be on for most of the afternoon, most likely. Most of the afternoon. I pretty much had everything set up in here that I needed to get set up this morning, so I should be able to be on for a chunk of time. So I have your demos. I have both demo from you, and I have 40 saved on my list here already. Perfect. Yeah. If it's tomorrow, if it's the day after that, if it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I got you. I'll be here. I will be around. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. Sorry, man. I appreciate you hopping in, man. Yeah. We just closed it up a minute ago. Ran out the last two tracks. So I already got your name saved. I got your credit saved over there, and I already have your email for both of the stop it, Twitch. I can't do a peace sign either. I'm gonna have to switch this out. I can't do a peace sign either. I did a peace sign and it froze again on Twitch. It's driving me nuts. Boom. Okay, we're back. No peace signs, no thumbs up. I can't do it. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Okay, back to Testament. Okay, so for me, punch on the drums, sharp piano, attack on the string, all this stuff. Nasty. That's the cinematic attack that you're looking for from like an NF style rap record. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm like, I can't throw open. You can't see my hands on Twitch. If I show them, then they start freezing on me. But I'll make sure I change those settings. That's ridiculous. But if you want that cinematic texture, that's what I would look for. Sharper on your strings, more transient on your pianos. Again, like this nasty. Nasty. That's that with a really hard hitting saturated drum with the piano that's a bit more sharp, a bit more transient underneath it. Now you have like this heavy hitting, really hard record, as opposed to something that has the progression and like the rap of a hard record, but isn't necessarily supported by the production yet because you're already working on it. Once you support it with the production, bro, it's going to feel so much more like alive. There's going to be so much more energy around it. Let me get back to the piano really quick and let me keep this playing because the bones are there. The bones are there. You got a good song structure. You got a good rapper on it. You got a good female vocal on the hook. Bones are there. It's just going to be a matter of building out the right production that supports it.
Instead of lighting away, keep on singing and praising his name every day.
Yeah, exactly. Have that over the top and then this underneath. That with the strings, heavy drums, oof. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. All right, let me bring this back. With the vocals, now it's got a different feel. Y'all give it up. Hold on, what's going on? Y'all give it up one time for Testament Worship. So honestly, man, what you have here, I don't mind. I don't mind it one bit, man. There's some cool things that are going on. There's things in the vocal structure that will be polished when you get deeper into a mix. You'll have a little bit tighter structure on like the hook and stuff, so it feels really, really impactful. But for me, this is all going to come down to sound design. The choice of sample, the choice of the sound of the strings, the attack of the piano. What do the individual kick and snare, like what hats do you use? Are the hats too slow attack? Are they too, and do they need to be, you know what I mean? Do they need to be sharper? Like, do the drum, like, just, I already have battery up. So, like, do the drums need, I've already got battery up right here. Do the drums need, like, do they need to be, let me go to, like, a pretty strict, hold up. Let me go to, like, a, even just that. This is, like, a pretty standard trap kit. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. I like the hook rollout.
False prophets rise and deceiving the weak. Living for the moment, not the world we seek. Don't get caught up in the lies they feed. Kingdoms fall, his love remains. Morning and night, I'll praise his name. Light in the darkness, breaking the chains. Christ the Redeemer, forever he reigns. Turn to the Savior, he's all you need. Yeah, this world will fade, but his words a blade. The truth, your shield, and his image you are
even
made.
Just like, even just there, it's like, if we just changed the 808 to something heavy. Yeah, I'm out in literally 30 seconds, Case. In like 30 seconds, we're out. I'm going to do a giveaway really quick, so you're right on time. Almighty E. Just that. Different drums, a different, maybe an 808 to toughen it up a little bit, sharp strings, transient, piano, like everything just being harsher. Honestly, give me the non-professional version, and I got you. With a beat and then a few hits right before the single part and cut it. Yeah. 100%. I mean, I think that's kind of like a test, like a great part of a structure like this is chops and stuff before. So like if you do the and you cut, like that's what's like stuff like this where you like have like a crazy beat and you pull out and then you create some cuts, create some chops and stuff like that, like cut right before, then let the singing begin and then it comes back in. Those kind of like chops and stutters and stuff like that to me are part of how in a hip hop beat like this, or if you do something kind of in that same space, then it can allow you to really emphasize vocal layers and stuff like that. So I love it. That's like on the engineering side and on the production side, chop it all up. Cut like at the end of the hook, cut everything but the vocal and then have just the vocals come in and then bring the beat super heavy, stuff like that. Perfect. Like I love ideas like that. Love ideas like that. Y'all give it up on time for Testament, man. I love, here's what's fun about Testament is I am starting to experience more of your versatility and the more that you challenge yourself. We're going to give away 5 in credit. We're going to give away 5 in credit to close out the live here. But I'm starting to see more and more of the versatility of your production structure. Like I've obviously heard a lot of like contemporary worship, but I've also heard some like metal and some alternative and punk rock. I've also heard some hip hop and some like almost like 90s R&B stuff like that. He's branching out. He's expanding. I love it, man. It's really, really cool to see the work that you're putting in, the passion that you're putting in to what you do, man. So show some love to Testament. I respect it. Get to 30K, and I'll throw in that jacket. Get to 30. What are we at? 27K. If y'all can get it to 30K in the next like 2 minutes, I'll throw another 5 on it. If you can get me to 30K just for fun in the next 30 seconds. That's an old Target jacket. This old tattered Target jacket. That's fun. It's clean. It does the job. Where's my That's from Target, baby. Let's run it, y'all. Quick giveaway. Hop in the chat with a peace sign. And once again, do not forget to make sure that you're, of course, followed on here. If you're not followed on here, what are you doing? This is just the base one. I got this one forever ago. Just strings, short. It's the short strings. It's the one with ensemble and short and long. That's it. Yeah, this is the one that's just like the base one on Labs, just under strings. It's not the other one. So all right, we got Kaysen, we got Caddy. Let's run it, y'all. We're gonna run it quick. 5 giveaway real quick. 5 good. We're just gonna run it. We're gonna run 5 real quick, and then we'll be on tomorrow. Let's go DT. Let's go Testament. T. Oh yeah. Dang. It's been too long. DT. Man, it's just good to see you in here, man. For real. All right, last chance. We're running quick. I got Kaysen, I got Caddy, I got DT and Testament. Y'all got 5 seconds before we close it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's run it. We're not messing around. Choose a number between 1 and 4. It's 2. Caddy with the skip. Wait, where's my cheer? Hold on. Caddy with the skip. Let's go, Caddy. All right, Caddy. So you got a $5 boost. Let me get you on my list immediately. So you're ready to go. You already got a leg up. Shout out to the newest member of the Vibe Tribe. The newest member of the mods. The newest member of the Vibe Tribe. Caddy in the building. I gotta get off. I gotta eat. I gotta sleep because we're gonna do this again tomorrow. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all are amazing. I appreciate y'all's your generosity, man. The amazing music. Tap in. Make sure you're following on Twitch. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, and we will see y'all very, very, very soon. Peace.